step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
We missed you, but you're back. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live at S3, and today we are celebrating a very, very important day. It's International Day of Awareness of Food Loss and Wasting. Excuse me, I mean waste. And it's time we change the way we think about food and how we can repurpose it as well. Now, did you know that almost 500 billion kilograms of food is wasted each year? That's enough to feed more than twice the population on Earth. We have to make a change, and we're doing that on your Feel Good Breakfast Show today. Now, for many years, Woolworths has been working to create a sustainable, positive impact to help alleviate hunger in South Africa in line with UN Sustainable Development Goals. And this is something important. Hashtag Zero Hunger Future is what we're going for by 2030. Now, we chat to Karen Carstensen and Katie Hayes from Woolworths to find out a bit more about this amazing initiative and drive toward no wastage in the future. Now, we connect with Kutle as well in Johannesburg to find out how a couple of amazing people, in fact, a couple created delicious sorbet from wasted or overripe fruit and vegetables, which I always love. And of course, all of the other stuff. We're not going to waste your time today. We're going to give you some of the amazing things that you need to wake up in the morning and consider the future. Now, there's somebody that we've brought back all the way from the Valley of the Waves, somebody who's been dancing his way through, waiting to see you. And here it is. Please welcome G.
The lost city has been found, my friend. We well and truly found it. Absolutely beautiful. Such a beautiful part of South Africa. Thank you so much to the dance world for opening their arms for us. And thank you to the bush for giving us an unbelievable experience. Really awesome to be back in this hot seat again on such an important day. And being in that area and experiencing just how beautiful South Africa is really does reinforce how much we need to protect those valuable and, yes, very finite resources. So we are asking you this morning on this vitally important day, which is International Food Wastage Day, when you take into account the amount of food that gets wasted. Carl just gave us a mind-blowing window to look at this particular issue through. A third of the food in South Africa goes to waste. Imagine how many young children could be fed with that. But it starts in our homes. So I'm asking you guys this morning, what do you do to combat, to push back against food waste? I'd love to hear from you. I have a feeling there is a solution here. We just need to connect the dots. So let us know on any of our social media platforms this morning. Keep that conversation going, or drop us a voice note on our WhatsApp line, 063-408-8863. This is pride, because I remembered that number after a week, and that's a lot for me. We're going to keep the conversation going. In fact, we're going to give you a few conversation starters right now. Carl has got the latest on the news front, then I'll delve into the sport.
Great to have you back, G. Let's take a peek at the news in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Starting nationally, Eskom has announced that load shedding remained at phase 4 throughout last night to replenish its diesel supply. The power supplier says a ship that had to deliver that diesel at Mossel Bay in the Western Cape could not reach the port in time due to poor sea conditions. Eskom says this means that it can no longer alternate between phase 3 and 4, but must remain at level 4 at this stage until its diesel is properly replenished. Meanwhile, health officials in Limpopo have decided to cancel elective surgeries due to the incessant rolling blackouts. Persistent load shedding has switched between stages 6, 4 and 3 since last weekend, leading some areas being without power for up to 4 hours at a time. Limpopo Health MEC Dr. Poppy Ramatuba said the decision was a result of water supply being interrupted in hospitals in the province due to those power cuts. Now on to international news. 22 people were killed when 2 Ugandan military helicopters crashed in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo on Tuesday. Uganda has troops there which were sent to its Central African neighbor in December to help fight a violent rebel group known as the Allied Democratic Force. A spokesperson said the Uganda People's Defense Force had not yet fully informed them about the circumstances of the crash. Now on to Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has been appointed Prime Minister, a post that is traditionally held by the King. The 37-year-old son of King Salman bin Abdulaziz, 86 years old, is already seen as the de facto ruler of the oil-rich Gulf state. The King, who has been admitted to hospital twice this year, will continue to chair the cabinet meetings he attends. The decree named another of his sons, Prince Khalid bin Salman, as the new defense minister. And South Africa's singing ambassadors from Limpopo, the Clover Youth Choir, is embarking on its first headline tour of the country soon. And for this historic tour, the choir will bring their signature sound, mesmerizing choreography, and infectious energy to Johannesburg as well. Good breakfast show, naturally. That's a wrap-up of your news. Another update in 1 hour. But here's the man on the sports desk back again. It's G.
Thank you so much, Carl. I love that positive note to kickstart the day. You go and Clover Youth Choir, we love it. Not the same sentiment, sadly, where we turned to cricket this morning to kick off our sporting bulletin. India's bowling attack ripped through the Proteas' top order, while KL Rahul and Surya Kumar Yadav both hitting 50s as India beat South Africa comprehensively by 8 wickets in that first of their 3 T20s. And staying with cricketing news, Pakistan took a 3-2 lead. That's in their T20 series against England with a 6-run victory in a pretty low-scoring affair as well. So chasing 146 for the win, England never recovered from a poor start in the power play that saw them reduced to 31 for 3 inside 5 overs. A defiant knock from captain Moeen Ali, who ended unbeaten on 51, left England needing 15 runs off the last over, but some superb death bowling from debutant Amir Jamal saw them fall just short on 140 for 7. Then earlier, Mohammad Rizwan top scoring for the hosts with 63 from just 46 deliveries. Everyone certainly getting their sights set on the T20 front, building towards that World Cup. Then, of course, now turning to rugby, Lions coach Ivan van Rooyen has made only 2 changes to his starting 15 for Friday's in clash with Cardiff. Then, of course, taking place in Wales. 1 change to the Lions pack with Pieter Janssen van Vuuren starting at lock. That's in place of Ruben Skuman. And then the other change is in the back line, where Henko van Wyk replaces Zander du Plessis at outside centre. Du Plessis moving to the bench, which also sees the additions of Rohan Stroli and Zander du Plessis. The Lions, so they edged out the Ospreys in a thriller 28-27 in last weekend's season opener. Let's hope they can keep that momentum going. Then on to the track, or at least off the track, we return for one of its biggest stars. 4-time Olympic champion Mo Farah has now withdrawn from Sunday's London Marathon with a hip injury, sadly. Now, it would have been the 39-year-old's first full marathon since 2019, and people were really wanting to see him back out there. The 6-time world champion won the big half. That's a half marathon race in London earlier this month as part of his preparations. Farah said it is, quote, really disappointing that he has done everything he can to compete, but it hasn't proven enough, and he hopes to compete in the event in April next year. I've no doubt that he's got many more of those in him, but that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get you prepped for our morning weather and get a bit of a global weather perspective as well.
Thanks a lot, G. Lovely to have you back, my friend. Let's get on this weather desk and give you some news. Now, the U.S. National Hurricane Center says Hurricane Ian officially made landfall in southwestern Florida as an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane last night. Ian made landfall with maximum sustained wind speeds of 250 kilometers per hour, bringing catastrophic flooding as the storm surged to the Florida coast. Satellite imagery by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration shows repeated flashes of lightning around the eye of the storm as Hurricane Ian strengthened over the Gulf of Mexico. The storm is on course for the Tampa Bay region, one of the most vulnerable places in the U.S. for severe flooding. Some 2.5 million residents of Florida are under orders to evacuate, and theme parks such as Disney World, SeaWorld and Busch Gardens in Tampa have closed. Areas on Florida's west coast will feel the direct impact of Hurricane Ian. Other regions are bracing for possible tornadoes. The hurricane barreled through Cuba on Tuesday, and much of the island is now without power. As Hurricane Ian continues to cause destruction, we move on to some sunrise views. And first up, to start us off this beautiful Thursday morning. We have Asanda out in Pietermaritzburg who snapped this early morning view of the indigo shades in the sky from the back of her yard. This looks phenomenal. Now, Renee from the Wild Coast snapped this dusky shot of the clouds as she starts her morning off with some sweet coffee from the front garden. Raiki Finch captured this vibrant pink view while starting her morning off with a brisk walk, taking her dogs out on their usual play in Northwest. And Pat Sunkel, one of our regulars, quickly captured this shot of the sun beaming behind the clouds from her home while enjoying a warm cup of green tea out in KZN. And then last up, we have Wendy, also in the Northwest, showing this phenomenal view of the sun twinkling through the branches, brightening up the sky. What incredible views, and we are just blessed to have such lovely sunrises in South Africa, and we want to see more. So send us our way, of course, 063-408-8863. Tell us where you're from and showcase that beautiful sunrise as we take a peek at your temperatures on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Now, Polokwane, 11, rising to 28 degrees Celsius today. Bombela, good morning to you. 29 is your high from a low of 14. Pretoria, snap, also 29 for you, 12 as a minimum. And Johannesburg, 11, rising to 28 degrees Celsius. As you can see, no rainfall for you. It looks like a beautiful day. Mahikeng, good morning. 30 is your high from a low of 14. Klerksdorp, getting nice and hot for you. 32 is where you climb to this afternoon. Kimberley, 16, rising to 32 degrees Celsius. And then Bloemfontein, a 1% chance of rain, so it's probably not going to happen. Either way, 30 is your high from a low of 10. Over to Richards Bay, 20 is how you wake up. A very warm minimum to a maximum of 30. Pietermaritzburg, 16 to 31. Durban, 21, rising to 30 today. Mthatha, 15, jumping to 27. There are some chances of thunder in your area. East London, 18 to 27, 100% chance of rain. Cradock, 16 to 28. Also, precipitation for you today. Gqeberha, 17 to 19. George, 14 to 20. And then, of course, Cape Town at 12, rising to 22. Worcester, 28 is your high from a low of 8. Sutherland, 7, jumping to 25. And then Uppington, as always, you are getting ready for summer early. 37 is your high from a low of 18. That's a wrap-up of your weather desk. Of course, there's another update for you in 1 hour on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And temperatures rise when you got entertainment like this on S3.
Yeah, baby. I don't know who he was talking about, but I'm gonna own it, man. I'm gonna own it, baby. So good to be back. So good to be connecting with my family here again. And of course, this guy's part of that family. So I'm gonna make him just for you, buddy. I'm gonna make you the most delicious creamy mayo chicken and corn dip, because we're gonna have a party today. Okay, we're calling it a klein vrydag. Okay? So we need that. So that's what I'm gonna whip up with Tando in the kitchen, or maybe I'll get Carl to do that. You are here, my friend, which means we're gonna have a little bit of fun this morning.
We are going to be playing some Splatoon on the Nintendo Switch. A family game, but it's actually a shooter game, and it's a lot of fun. Where you just spray paint, and it's kind of like a food fight, but a digital version. So
yeah,
you're making the food, I'm going to throw it around.
Spray the food all over the family. I love it. And if your kids like to get dirty, this you can do in a digital safe place. We absolutely love that. Don't move a muscle. You can go and get your corn chips. The dip will be ready when you return, I promise.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's good to be back.
I know.
It's good to be
You are
back.
so... Like, this guy is bouncing all over the studio because he missed you so much. And it's great to have you along for your Feel Good Breakfast show, but we have something great. Can you imagine, like, an app, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know Tony Stark,
Yeah.
Marvel reference, and he's got something that he can talk to.
100%, like
This
a
is what we
friend.
have.
Hey, a super intelligent friend that can organize anything. Okay, here's the deal. Why don't you try? Why don't you unlock more convenience with Hey Iris? I even love the name. So the app was created with you in mind. It's built around your lifestyle. It's full-time online personal assistant offered exclusively to Red VIP Diamond Club members by Vodacom Red. This is
Levels.
12, 13,
You've
I
got to
think.
start somewhere. So Vodacom Red knows their VIPs have so much to do. And Hey Iris allows you to ask anything, anytime, anywhere. This is the Tony Stark thing. Using real people to help solve your requests, which is great.
Let's have a little gander and see it in action. I'm such an idiot. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking this is the most amazing thing for professionals, people who are like content creators.
Yes.
All I can think of is silly things to ask it, like, why do I feel down today?
Tell me a
Hey,
joke.
Iris, tell me something funny. Hey, Iris, play my jam. It's a Klein Vrydag. I absolutely love
Well, that's actually fine, because if it could enable your life with regard to a bit of leisure, then it is still doing its job. Because you do your busy thing, but then have a little bit of a relaxation period where you can say, hey, Iris, I need a soothing song. And it happens.
Hey, Iris, chill me out. We love it, and clearly you guys love it as well. And of course, this Iris app has made a little bit of a wave on social media, understandably. So let's hear how you guys feel about it. And we're going to hear from Robin Hagberg first, or Hagberg first. Holidays! Such a convenient way to book all holidays and enjoy what South Africa has to offer. I love that. Take me away.
Indeed. Then Nikki Taylor, what a beautiful name. Food.
Oh, what a beautiful face. Look at
I
that
think it's the
face.
face more, definitely. Food. I definitely use the Hey Iris app to order food. Well done, Nikki. This is why you're amazing.
Nikki, I think you might have to be a bit more specific, though, with Iris, and she can do that. Kevin Kraus saying, and the cost for this? We'll get into that, my friend.
Yeah,
But if you
petrol
VIP
pump.
Red, it is a pro bono.
Ubuti.
Ubuti Blue would be nice to get deals on the Hey Iris app, like massages. Ooh, I see where you're going with this. Hey?
Yes, please.
got
We're
it.
going to have to do that. That was fantastic. But, of course, keep on weighing in. But Vodacom just keeps on delivering the goods. So switch to Red and unlock more with Vodacom. And Hey Iris.
Expresso is connected by Vodacom Red. Switch to a new Vodacom Red plan to unlock more.
So, from Hey Iris to Hey Tando, we need to make a beautiful recipe. And the thing is, we've got something fantastic for you. It is a creamy, beautiful dip that you're going to use for everything. You might apply it to skin. That's how good it is. I'm just saying. That's beautiful.
You really can.
Yeah, you can. It's going to be lovely.
And then lick it off you.
Okay, right, we're going to move on swiftly from there. So we're putting healthy comfort food on a culinary pedestal today. This simple Be Well creamy chili chicken corn dip incorporates the simplest ingredients served with crispy tortillas and fresh herbs. This recipe redefines comfort food, and Tando shows us exactly how it's done. I'm ready for you.
Literally, today is all about comfort food made healthy.
All right.
Yes, so...
let me just mobilize.
Please.
Apron on.
I need you prepped and ready.
Yes, I'm going to be prepped.
And while you put your apron on, I'm going to put a drizzle of oil in our pan.
Drizzle for shizzle.
It's our Be Well olive oil.
Okay, beautiful.
And then we're going to go in with some onions and some garlic. And then we're just going to saute this for a couple of minutes. It's a pretty simple recipe.
Yeah.
It's great for...
Really cool.
It's great for entertaining. If you just want like a quick meal as well, it's super quick. It's not too difficult, but it's very tasty.
Very nice. So those onions are going to be sweating down beautifully.
Yes.
What I love about onions is that when you do it properly in terms of the sort of the timing, instead of going hard at it with a hard pan, what it does is the natural sweetness of the onions and the sugars start to just release.
Yes.
And then they become a vessel for the other additives that you have in that. And I'm sure with any dip, you don't want something too sort of plain.
No.
You want a flavor so that your sort of simple corn chip can...
And you want flavor in the simplest way. Flavor in ingredients you already have in the fridge.
And also a bit of health as well, if you think about it. Like, so we're going to make something else over here, which is going to be a garlic naise.
Correct, yes. So you've got a couple of ingredients there.
Perfect.
While I continue there, you're going to add the chicken.
So chicken.
Yes.
So chicken goes in. And then when I do the chicken, there's obviously some other elements that you want to tell me about.
Yes. So I'm going to add some jalapeno.
Oh, I love jalapeno.
If your tolerance on jalapeno spicy food is low, you can substitute this with green pepper.
But I mean, why would you?
Because some people are afraid.
Are they afraid?
Of fire.
I'm saying face your fear.
Yes.
Face your fear. Face it with habanero. That's a nice way of
That's right. And then I'm going to add some corn as well. You can use canned corn or fresh corn from the cob. And then you're going to add in my cream cheese into our chicken.
Beautiful. Cream cheese goes in.
Cream cheese.
This is going to be very, very unctuous.
Yes.
If you've got cream cheese in here, then I know it's going to be something fantastic because this is just going to layer all over the chicken, and I'm going to try and incorporate it beautifully over here. And any other additives that you want me to drop in while I've got this incorporating?
And then we've got some mature cheddar cheese.
Oh.
And then sour cream as well.
Beautiful. I'm going to just work this through nicely, and then we are good to go. I know this is, you know, I love cooking with you. You know, it's kind of like we're not in TV.
No.
Like we're chilling.
We're just chilling.
You
We're
know,
at
getting
home.
ready for a movie. What movie would you watch with this if you like thought about a movie?
Oh, I'd repeat movies. I'm a serial repeater of movies. Like
Me too.
I don't like to watch new things. Don't introduce me to new things.
But I'm crazy when it comes to like things. If I think about it, like like Marvel movies, I just watch them over and over again. Yeah, of course I do.
I don't know if I've seen a Marvel movie in my entire existence. No. Focus.
Okay,
Sour
sorry.
cream.
Sour cream goes in.
Sour cream.
Sour cream. Sorry. Going in.
Cheese. Before you come for me.
So you've never... Sorry. Okay.
We're in the kitchen.
Okay, we're in the
today.
kitchen. Sorry, I will not judge you for not watching
Thank you.
a Marvel movie. That's great. So what movies have you watched?
So I watch a lot of rom-coms.
Okay.
I like to laugh.
Beautiful.
Lots of comedy. I like things that make me happy. I don't want to see fighting or violence.
Oh, there's no fighting.
In Marvel movies.
Okay, well, the thing is... I didn't tell you about these things. Also, can I put some of this beautiful garlic naise in?
Garlic naise.
I'd like to. It's going to be fantastic. All right, while I add this... Oh, yes.
Yes.
I love the creaminess, and it's going to loosen up this mixture beautifully as well.
Correct.
Now, the garlic naise, done some research while watching a Marvel movie on this. Now, garlic naise, it kind of creates beautiful, healthy meals for your entire family on a daily basis. You know what? It can be quite challenging, but Be Well makes it so simple. It's a flavored mayonnaise range, and it guarantees you the taste that you need. If you want the perfect ratio of omega-3 to omega-6, which assists in reducing inflammation in the body. I told you I did some research. Marvel movies will tell you all of this. And the mayonnaise packs, it packs a beautiful punch with flavor, and it's ideal for making dips and dressings and salads and providing the perfect base for a tasty wrap, perhaps, or some gourmet sandwiches enjoyed with Marvel movies. Now, their products are locally made with lots of love and no eggs, okay? No gluten, no dairy, making them the perfect choice for vegetarian or vegan-based diets. So if you want to get this recipe, as always, Tando has added it to expressoshow.com.
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna come in hot.
All right, this is very nice. Okay, have I incorporated properly? So I'm in trying.
And
bit
the
of garlic
heat from
there.
this is gonna help as well.
Is it? Okay, well, you want to drop that in there because I
There we
want to
go.
add the beans as well. And this is going to be just, it feels like a meal. You know,
It is a meal. It is a meal. It's a meal that feels like a snack, that feels like you're doing good in life, you're making healthy decisions
Great.
while still hugging your heart.
And this is great. It's also quite a healthy portion, like a Hulk portion, which is always good.
Is Hulk from?
Sorry?
Where's Hulk from?
I have no idea. Now, I'm going to mix this through as well. While
Let
we
me
do
help
that.
you out,
Thank
yeah?
you. Yeah, drop it in. Let's go for it.
There we
drop
go.
that in.
And then we're gonna pour the whole thing into our casserole.
And then once it's in the casserole, then do we just start?
Then we just
Going for it.
Then we put it in the oven first. Put it
Okay.
in the oven so it can cook, get nice and golden like the one we have there. Then once that's done, then you get your tortilla chips and you dip that.
And this is a dip. This is
Yes.
crazy. You're like Spider-Man. I'd like to learn more about this on the web.
I did watch one Spider-Man.
Well, there
Is
she's
that
got the
Marvel?
She's watched the Marvel. Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm excited. Okay. Well, while you are getting excited, I want to get you excited. You can win big with Be Well. Now, stand a chance to win your share of 50,000 Rand plus a grand prize of 150,000 Rand. So simply purchase your favorite Be Well product. Take a photo of yourself and your Be Well product and send the picture to any of the Be Well social media platforms or to their WhatsApp line number, which is a different one. So focus here. Grab the pen. 060-582-3678 along with your name and contact number. T's and C's can be found on the Be Well website. So enjoy this recipe, grab it on expressoshow.com and watch a Marvel movie while you're at it.
Oh, you can make my day.
Welcome back, you beauties. I'm getting to see all my favorites this morning. Another one of my absolute gems has stepped into studio. Mr. Grant Hines is here to have a little bit of fun and family fun this morning. But he looks so cute. I'm gonna, in honor of the splatting paint, I'm gonna drink my pink drink
There we go.
wish you a successful run as you splat your way around. So, Splatoon 3.
Yes, so this is the third Splatoon game, and the whole idea behind these games, if you've never played them, is that you have a character like this. It's actually very challenging to play because it's on the Nintendo Switch and it uses a motion controller, so it's not what you're traditional. But it's a first-person shooter where you spray paint the floor, and the team with the most color spray paint on the floor
area
wins. But then you can use it to like traverse in. So there are all these different ways to like be clever about where you do things. So like I'm going to use this ramp quickly to get away and then jump around and then look around and then shoot the
Can you
monsters.
shoot those? Are they monsters? Little squiddy monsters. I love it. I love the fact that it's friendly. It looks sweet, but there is a little bit of an edge to it, which my kids would absolutely adore. And I think I would enjoy it as well. It probably gets quite competitive. I remember when this kind of property first came onto the market, it was a massive kind of splash. People, excuse the pun, but people really loved it. Why is that? Is it because it finds that balance of like family fun, but still quite a nice competitive vibe?
Yeah, like at the end of the day, for me, it's like games aren't about games are about fun and being competitive and having a good time. You know what I mean? So you want to have a game that does that. And Nintendo hasn't really played in this space, especially like this deathmatch kind of gameplay or like shooter gameplay. And they've made a way to make that kind of game family fun and friendly and look cool and be a really good game.
Which has got some substance.
Yeah, which is really cool. So this is a lot of fun. I feel like there's a lot of trick, as you can see here. So there's a lot of like the skill ceiling's quite high to get good at it. So if I like, oh, okay, cool, communication there. Don't worry about this.
I like that. So it's accessible, but you can still push it quite far if you want to kind of become an expert.
There's a lot to learn. So like, we'll go back into this room, and I'll show you this is actually kind of a new thing as well. The way to jump out of your paint. So you might be sneaking up on somebody, they won't see you coming, and you'll be able to like just use it as a launch pad to get through. And then also, it's not about how many people you eliminate on the map, like a game like Fortnite or Call of Duty. It's literally about the surface area. So the tactics of the game completely change the way
I would imagine quite collaborative. So what is the best way to play this game? Get your family together, get a bowl of popcorn, get stuck in. How would you say is the best way to enjoy
I think the best way to play this game is with friends, like online. I think online is actually the best way to do that. For parents that are worried about online play, because it's on Nintendo, they have a really robust, family-friendly online environment, which is great. So like you can be safe that your kids are playing online
and that they're playing with other kids.
Yeah, and they're playing with other kids, and that it's a safe environment, which is cool. And then also you might want to join in as well. You know, it's the kind of game that you might also like. Give me a turn, give me a round. There's also a single player component to it. So if you don't want to play online, I think the best part of this game is the multiplayer.
Yeah, I was
because you
going to
can do it forever.
Well, this is it. And also, I mean, if you've got an itch to scratch in terms of making your house dirty, this is great. Let your kids play around in this space and feel like they've dirtied up everything possible.
Watch this, Graham. I'm going to try to do something wild.
Go for it.
Try launch.
Your hair is on fire.
Oh, no!
But I saw you were going with that.
Yeah, you see how the skill ceiling matters.
You are going with that. I absolutely love it. Best selling point for this game. Why is this one on your kind of hit list or in your basket at the moment, man?
Splatoon, for Nintendo right now, is like Mario. People are loving this game and playing it. To have a third one, and to have a third one as good as this, means that it's definitely worth your while. If you are into shooters and deathmatch type games, but want something that's a little bit that you can play with your oh, I did it! Yes.
Oh well.
That's rewarding, and that you want to play with the rest of the family. This is the game to play, and I highly recommend it. I'm still trying to get good at it. So.
One thing that I can see that, and because obviously you're a consummate pro here, in terms of the controllers, what do you know?
Well, so it's using, okay, I'm going to reset it, but it uses motion, like, tracking, obviously, like the analog sticks of the Nintendo Switch. So that's how you look around. So that's where it becomes quite a skill ceiling, because you can react by flicking your wrist left and right.
Yeah, for sure. I have a feeling Jack, he would love that. I think because with the right toggle, sometimes he gets quite frustrated on the PlayStation.
So it's intuitive. For people who don't understand games, as somebody who understands games, that's a huge learning curve for me.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm moving.
Learn a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
But they've got this really cool thing of where, like, say you want to use your controller there, you can reset it, and then that becomes your center axis to play. So that is like really cool. Or if you want to, that's me lazing on the couch, upside down. You
can say whatever you want to say. I'm just looking at this funky chick with her hair on fire, and she's painting absolutely everything. My kids are going to love it. I have a feeling I'm going to love it as well. Splatoon 3 is here. It looks like some great family fun. Check it out.
Oh, we love it. Oh, we love it. We do. Speaking of fun activities for the kids, we know how stressful it can be to try and plan the perfect birthday party for your kids. Come on, it can be lots of work, you know, from the theme to the catering, and then you think about the gifts. It's a lot.
There is a lot, but the thing is, we have heroes like Uncle Tubbsy and the Crazy Store who are coming to your rescue.
Let me take you back. Do you remember those parties we used to have as kids? The birthday cake we devoured. Do you remember? Peeking while trying to pin the tail on the donkey. I know you did that too. Oh, do you remember how we draped streamers over here, over there, everywhere? Stop remembering, because we can recreate those moments and memories today. The Crazy Store has an assortment of products for us to choose from and create those special times with our kids. I'm talking tutus and tiaras. I'm talking mask sets. I'm talking accessories, Captain Uncle, and all sorts of treats. And we thought, we don't need an excuse to have a party. My besties and I are about to have a good time. Do you remember? Let's get this party started. Now, any party starts with a bit of dress up. Now, to kick this particular party off, I have some balloons inside this magic hat. Now, you guys have to pick a balloon, okay? Whichever balloon you pick, inside it, there's a piece of paper. In there, your costume or character will be found. Are you ready to go, guys?
Yeah!
Okay, let's go! And get your hands in! This is where all the fun begins. Lots of interesting and exciting characters. It's so inspiring. And you can go wild with your imagination. Something for every kid. And there's one left. Maybe for me, I don't know. All right, in 3, 2, 1, let's get into character! A bunch of superheroes and a unicorn to save me. Oh. What stands out about the Crazy Store's party selection of goodies is the fact that they're not only affordable, but they also are durable. They are good quality products, which means that a lot of them can be reused over and over again as you reimagine the different themes that you want to bring across.
My outfit is a unicorn horn, a mask, and a cape.
My outfit for today is a green and a yellow dragon with spikes at the back.
Okay, guys, can I get a Oh yeah, and the kids are gonna go all day long as soon as you tap into this. One of the things I really do love about the Crazy Store is that you can get creative without breaking the bank. Like setting up a whole dress-up themed party like what we've done today without breaking an arm or a leg, or an arm and a leg. Thank you. Growing up, I wanted to be a TV presenter or an actor, and it's absolutely incredible and mind-blowing that I get to live my dream today, every day. I mean, come on.
I want to be a teacher when I grow up.
I would like to be an electrical engineer so I can fix the load shedding problem.
The highlight today has to be seeing the smiles on these children's faces. I mean, it's the little things that make these big moments and turn them into experiences and memories that they'll live with forever.
When I go to the Crazy Store, I usually get a toy for my dog, Coco. My favorite part of the party was eating all the sweets and stuff.
Ah, what a time it's been. The sun's out, the elements coming together, the combos were communicating, and my besties and I, we had a great time. It wasn't a birthday. No, it wasn't. But it sure did feel like everybody's birthday. I'll tell you this, the next time I get invited to any party, even if it's not a dress-up party, you're going to find me at an aisle at the Crazy Store getting some goodies. And I think you should adopt that too. Cheers. Can I get a hiya? There we go. That's what you do. So the next time there's a party around you, you know what to do. Get yourself to a Crazy Store.
Absolutely.
Go crazy because there's so much that you can do. Get your imagination going. Hiya.
Just like that. Also, if you are looking for entertainment at your kid's birthday, bachelor and bachelorette parties, please contact Tabiso, aka Uncle Tabsy, on 363-408-8863 for the time of your life.
There we go. Hiya.
Big or small, we have got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.
Oh, you can make my day.
Defeat your mucus monster, Mucophiss. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure is here and better than ever before. The challenges are tougher, featuring some of your favorite all-stars who are ready to rumble. Now, sometimes, of course, things are not always as smooth as it may seem. And this past Saturday, we had to say goodbye to one of the most voted for matches. And this competitive duo never gave up until the very end. Take a quick look at this.
Anger!
Team Sri, I think they have it. Team Maurice and Team Kanya head to head.
So it's double yellow.
My memory is letting me down today.
Team Maurice think they are down.
This one for me. They fell.
Reverse.
We are literally a split second apart.
Yes! Yes! And that means Team Kanya will be eliminated.
Well done, Evo.
Yes, baby!
It's unbelievable, but that is how the cookie crumbles.
But you guys gave it your best. Did you at least have fun?
We did, thanks. I'm super proud of Dane. He gave it his all. We did our very best, so we walk away feeling proud of ourselves.
Dane?
Hey, I pushed as hard as I could. We missed it by one. We tried. Nothing more we can say.
Hang up your buffs. Your time on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars has come to an end.
Okay, bye guys.
We love you. Well done.
We really enjoyed ourselves. To all the contestants, give it your all. This is a beautiful opportunity. Enjoy the Seychelles. I'm super jealous.
Wishing you all the best. Whoever wins, I'm coming to drive you Suzuki.
Well, Season 10, Episode 2 said goodbye to Kanya and Dane. And we have smooth contestant Dane joining us via Zoom to chat about his experience on this season of Tropica Island of Treasure. You can see the man already flexing in the background there. Dane, great to see you, man. And as I was watching that, it's very clear. Your face kind of tells a story, that moment of disappointment when you realize that your journey on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars has come to an end. Describe that moment to me.
It was genuinely heartbreaking. Like, I gave it my all. I pushed as hard as I could. I really wanted that money, but it wasn't meant to be, so on to the next one.
Yeah, man. Unlucky, man, but you did really give it your all. You and Kanya were in it all the way through. But what was your very first thought when you were told that you'd be pairing up with Kanya, who was undoubtedly one of the most popular contestants in her season?
I was beyond ecstatic. Like, I kind of expected it to happen. So we looked like we would match very well.
Yeah.
So I had the idea that it might happen, but the moment it did happen, I was like, yeah.
And I'm sure there were a lot of fans as well that were ecstatic and celebrating that. So looking at what you went through with your experience on Tropic Island of Treasure All-Stars, what do you think you were least prepared for going into this journey?
How physically demanding it would be. Because I knew it would be physically demanding, but I didn't expect it to be that physically demanding. So I probably should have trained a little bit harder, but who knows? Next season, I might be there again.
Yeah, that's true, man. But I mean, you talk about physically demanding. You're a dude who's in very good shape. What are you talking about?
I am in good shape, I'm not going to lie, but running on the beach, I've never done that before, and I didn't expect it to be that hard.
Right.
I thought it would be like running, but it really wasn't.
Yeah, it saps the energy out of you with every single stride. But talk to me about what you think is the most valuable lesson that you managed to take away from the competition for yourself.
Honestly, it's just that teamwork makes the dream work, and don't give up on your goals. Like, whether it's the dying last minute, don't give up until it's over, you know?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, you did kind of hint at it, that you'd be throwing your hat into the ring again should the opportunity to be part of a Tropic Island of Treasure come up again. So what would you do differently if you had this opportunity again?
So I'll just prepare a little bit more, and I'll do a lot more puzzles as well, because the puzzles have me flabbergasted.
Yeah, absolutely. Those catch you out. Eh? Just when you think you've done all of the physical work and you've overcome that challenge, then it's the mental aspect of all of those puzzles that you still have to complete, right?
Yep. Like, when you're doing physical with mental, you don't realize how much harder the mental becomes. Because if you have to balance yourself, you still have to focus. It's insane, honestly.
Absolutely, and all-encompassing. I mean, that's why they call it the all-star season of Tropica Island of Treasure. So, having seen all the other contestants and the celebrities that are there and the pairings that you've seen, who do you think will come out as the victors at the end of the all-star season of Tropica Island of Treasure?
I think Roxy's team is going to come out on top because the guys did well. But then seeing how much better the girls did, like there were a whole lot more girls than guys there. So I feel like Team Roxy's going to get it.
Oh, man. Well, we'll see how true your prediction comes to be at the end of the season. Well, we're wishing you all of the best, and thanks for making the time to chat, brother. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
Well, of course, there's so much more entertainment coming your way with the all-star season of Tropica Island of Treasure. This Saturday, make sure that you catch your favorite all-stars on S3 with the latest episode airing at 6:30 p.m. And, of course, you better be tuned to find out which one of your favorite all-stars will be leaving the island next.
This week on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars, our smooth teams take part in our first ever squad games. Even though there's only one grand prize, the contestants must band together with friends and enemies to get one step closer to that ultimate goal. The games test their teamwork and their loyalty to one another in the most fun ways. That's Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars this Saturday at 6:30, only on S3.
Okay, squad games loading there on Tropica Island of Treasure. But we all love a bit of creamy indulgence, and lactose intolerance is not an obstacle no more. Oh, no, it's not. We're going to be showing you just how to enjoy all the creamy goodness without the pain with an incredible recipe. Yes.
Made with love by Clover.
So a few years ago, a cauliflower turned into almost everything, and the classic cauli bake faded slowly, but today it's making a comeback. Oh, like it never left, with our Clover no-leg cauli bake and bake that even your lactose-intolerant loved ones can enjoy. And I love that. I love that we represented somebody speaking for those who are lactose-intolerant, because as somebody who has suffered that a little bit, Tando, I'll tell you, cannot be... It's not fun.
This is the cauli bake with no cramps afterwards.
Okay, so no pain.
No pain.
It's not an obstacle.
You don't need to take anything to help you digest
before
the food.
and after.
No.
The only thing you want to take is eat that cauli bake.
Pretty much finish it.
Let's go. Let's go. I want to take your tips.
I'm going to need you to get started.
Okay.
I'm going to heat the oil. I need you to chop bacon for me.
All right. So I've already started. As you can see, I've got these chopped little pieces on there. How much of it do you sort of chop? Do you want it like finely chopped, like little pieces, or do you want them nice?
The ones you have already started.
Okay,
look
cool.
good, yeah. So those pieces, then I'm going to add our garlic into our saucepan. And a bit of thyme, and just quickly saute that gently.
Great.
And then once the bacon is ready, we're going to add that into here.
Say less. The bacon is already ready for you to
And I have a couple more pieces.
You need more pieces?
Yes.
So this one is going to be quite indulgent, hey? This is going to be quite indulgent,
all
of course.
Flavor.
And if you are not, of course, into, you know, your bacon, you can make use of any substitutes that work for you. There are so many of them out there. And if you want the recipe, please do go onto expressoshow.com. You'll get the recipe on there with all of these ingredients listed there.
There we go. Couple more pieces.
I do like that you're not holding back on the bacon, to be honest, because how many times have you been to a restaurant and then it says bacon on the menu?
And then you must search for it.
And then you have to go find bacon. Like,
literally.
I mean, come on.
No, it becomes a treasure hunt of bacon.
Oh, yeah.
And then you find like 3 pieces and you're like, oh, well.
I know, that's all. And the 3 pieces only emerge right at the end of your eating.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh, you want to send a search party to find your bacon pieces? I mean, come on.
Okay, that's perfect.
There we go.
Listen, chopping bacon could be a thing.
Chopping bacon, I think, is easily my best offering.
Yes, in the kitchen.
I think we have found it. But listen, if you do experience symptoms such as stomach cramps, you know, maybe you've got eczema, bloating and nausea after you consume dairy, it may be that you are lactose intolerant. Start paying attention to that. But the wonderful thing is that with Clover No-Lex lactose-free range of milk, mass, as well as dairy snack, you really can enjoy dairy again. And I love that you can in a variety of delicious ways, like what we are doing here with this bake. It's going to be such a magnificent one.
So I've added flour to our bacon, flour and some chili, and then we're going to cook that down. We want that to cook, and then we're going to add the no-lag, and that's going to form our cream sauce.
The creaminess of it starts to come through.
Correct. And then in the meantime, I'm going to ask you to add our cauliflower to the casserole.
Maybe this could also be just like chopping bacon.
Your greatest offering.
I think. Look at this.
Listen.
Check this now. Ba, ba, ba.
I think it's about time. it's about time we give you your flowers.
I think so.
For adding, pouring, and chopping.
Not just cauliflowers, just like flowers.
I was like, wait
With
a
the
minute.
bacon in it. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
there we go.
I love that. Okay, so in goes our clover nolak.
Correct.
I do love clover nolak. The fact that I can have it for me, it's that, you know, with tea,
yes,
as you would ordinary milk, that there are no limitations. So the things that you could do with ordinary milk, you still can do with your clover nolak.
Correct.
And the fact that it does have all of those nutrients, the nutritional value of it is really, really good. Get your hands on the recipe. Go on to expressoshow.com. This one is going to be a crowd pleaser of note, and I've got to taste it because that's what it looks like when it's done, right?
Yes. So what you do, you pour the sauce over the cauliflower, top it with some breadcrumbs, some fresh parsley, and there you have it.
And there you have it. Ooh, look at that. The creaminess of it is going to be so indulgent. If you missed any of the steps involved in making this delicious bake, go and check this out. Well, in fact, watch this right now.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to you beauties on a very important day. In fact, it is International Food Waste Day. And seeing as we waste up to a third of our food here in South Africa, we're asking you, what are you doing to address that? 063-408-8863. Drop us a voice note. But right now, let's bring you up to speed with those news headlines.
Let's take a peek, shall we? Starting nationally, more people as well as companies are expected to be charged soon for fraud related to the Estina Dairy Farm project at Vrede in the Free State. The former Minister of Mineral Resources, Mosebenzi Zwane, a former Sahara employee, Yugeshni governor, and the former director of Island Site, Ronika Raghavan, yesterday appeared in the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. They were arrested yesterday morning. Apart from fraud, they are also facing charges of corruption and money laundering. Zwane and governor were each granted 10,000 rand bail. Raghavan was released on a warning. Meanwhile, Eskom has announced that load shedding remained at phase 4 throughout last night to replenish its diesel supply. The power supplier says a ship that had to deliver the diesel at Mossel Bay in the Western Cape could not reach the port in time due to poor sea conditions. Eskom says this means that it can no longer alternate between phase 3 and 4, but must remain at level 4 at this stage until its diesel is replenished. Now on to international news. European countries say they will ramp up security around oil and gas installations after the suspected sabotage of 2 major pipelines. Seismologists reported underwater blasts before the leaks emerged. The EU, US and NATO have suggested that damage to the pipelines between Russia and Germany was deliberate, but have not blamed Russia directly. Russia has meanwhile denied any involvement. European Commission head Ursula von der Leyen has promised the strongest possible response if the attack is proven to have been deliberate. Now, 22 people were killed when 2 Ugandan military helicopters crashed in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo on Tuesday. Uganda has troops there which were sent to its Central African neighbor in December to help fight a violent rebel group known as the Allied Democratic Force. A spokesperson said the Uganda People's Defense Force had not yet fully informed them about the circumstances of the crash. And ending off on a very innovative and amazing note, a new surfing tool that can help people with prosthetic arms take part in the sport is being tested at the Wave Surfing Centre in Bristol in the UK. The innovative prosthetic surfing arm, the first of its kind in the world, has been designed to help give surfers with upper body limb differences extra grip and balance. The mushroom-shaped tool also allows them to pop up on their surfboard. The new surfing tool was named Nicole, after Nicole Brennan, who inspired its design. Nicole was born with a congenital limb difference, meanwhile, that her right arm did not fully develop before birth. She came up with the idea for surfing with this surfing tool as she has always wanted to try surfing but never felt like it was a sport that was available to her. Nicole says the prosthetic arm can make surfing accessible for those with limb differences like her, and she quotes, "It's a dream come true having the correct tools to do the activities that bring you joy. It is really powerful." It is indeed, Nicole, and well done to you for that type of innovation. That's a wrap up of your news. Another update in 1 hour. Let's take a peek at your sport. Here's G.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wasty. I wish I could start on a better note. Let's kick it off with cricket. India's bowling attack absolutely ripped apart the Proteas' top order, while KL Rahul and Surya Kumar Yadav both hitting 50s as India beat South Africa emphatically by 8 wickets in the first of their 3 T20s. Arshdeep Singh and Deepak Chahar, they wreaked havoc with the new ball and at one stage had the visitors for 9 for 5 spare. Staying in the T20 arena, Pakistan took a 3-2 lead in their T20 series against England with a 6-run victory in a pretty low-scoring affair as well. So chasing just 146 for the win, England never really recovered from a poor start in the power play that saw them reduced to 31 for 3 inside just 5 overs. And a defiant knock from captain Moeen Ali, who ended unbeaten on 51, left England needing 15 runs off that last over. Doable, but some superb death bowling from new debutant, in fact, Amar Jamal saw them fall short on 140 for 7. A little bit earlier, Mohammad Rizwan top scoring were for the hosts with 63 of 46 deliveries. Now, of course, plenty happening now that our domestic teams are back in action on the rugby front. Lions coach Ivan van Rooyen has made 2 changes to his starting 15. That's for tomorrow's clash against Cardiff in Wales. One change to the Lions pack with Peter Janssen van Vuuren starting at lock. That's in the place of Ruben Skuman. The other change is in the back line where Henko van Wyk replaces Xander du Plessis at outside centre. Du Plessis does move move to the bench, though, which also sees the additions of Ruan Stroli and Xander du Plessis. The Lions, they edged out the Ospreys 28-27 in a nail-biter in last weekend's season opener. Let's hope they can continue that momentum. Then some sad news on the athletics front as we build towards one of the biggest road events of the year. Four-time Olympic champion Mo Farah has withdrawn from Sunday's London Marathon. That's with a hip injury. So it would have been the 39-year-old's first full marathon since 2019. The six-time world champion won the Big Half, which is a half marathon race in London earlier this month. And that's obviously painted a really positive picture about it, but that was part of his preparations. But unfortunately, Farah has said, and we quote, "This is really disappointing." And he has done everything that he can to compete, but it hasn't proved enough. And he hopes to compete in the event in April next year. I've no doubt that he'll bounce back, but that's where we leave our sport for now. I'm sure the roads are starting to wake up. Before we let you head off to work, let's take a look at the traffic.
Thank you very much, Graham. Yes, let's take a look at the roads. We start off in Johannesburg, Kempton Park. There has been an accident on the R21 northbound. That's after the OR Tambo interchange. The right lane is closed, so please do approach that area with caution. If you find yourself out in KZN Pinetown, there is a stationary vehicle that's on the N3 eastbound before the ramp from Mahogany Ridge interchange, and the left shoulder off the road is closed, so please do drive carefully over there. Newlands, still in KwaZulu-Natal, there is a stationary vehicle that's on the N2 southbound after the ramp coming from Queen Nandi Drive, and the left shoulder off that road is closed. So please do make sure that you drive carefully this morning and take it easy on the roads. Up next is your weather. A recent study has bad news for the environment in that it has found that many palm species are under threat. Scientists used artificial intelligence to assess the risk to the entire palm family. And palms are a huge plant family that provide millions of people with food, drink and shelter. We need to do all we can to protect biodiversity, and that encompasses more than 1,000 palm species that we now know may be threatened, said the study leader, that's Dr. Sidoni Bellot of the London Royal Botanic Gardens. And she said action was needed to collect more data on them, but this cannot be done without the people who live in the regions where the palms grow. And palms are among the more economically important of all plant families, with hundreds of wild species supporting many across the world. Madagascar, for example, New Guinea in the Philippines, Hawaii, Borneo, Jamaica, as well as Vietnam, as well as New Caledonia, were designated as priority regions for palm conservation. So please, whatever we can do in that space, let's do our bit to help the environment. And now we move from environmental news. We take another look at those beautiful sunrise views. How's that? First up, we've got Adri Elise out in Amanzimtoti showing off this beautiful beachfront view while enjoying a morning walk, waiting to enjoy the sunrise hues. Look at that. It's beautiful. Thank you for that. Andrea Blackenberg snapped this violet-infused photo in Makassar, Somerset West, whilst on her way to work. Thank you for that one. Such beautiful colors to start your morning off. I love it. Aisha came in with this photo from her front garden of magical views. You can see those the ocean with radiating reflections of light from the sun over the water out in Kalk Bay. Thank you. Finally, we get this picture sent in by our favorite, or one of our favorites really, Nancy Govender, showing off the waves crashing over the rocks. And I'm sure, Nancy, you're enjoying, dipping your feet in the refreshing water out in Pennington, KZN. Thank you so much for sharing your pictures. Please do WhatsApp your own pictures. That number 063-408-8863. And let's take a look at the temperatures across the country to set you up for this Thursday morning. Pulukwane, we start off with you. It is sunny out there for you today. Your temperatures lows of 11, or rather a low of 11, and you will reach highs of 28. Sun and clouds are expected out in Mbombela. You start off at 14 and peak at 29. Pretoria, sunny times for you today. 12 and 29 are your temperatures, with Jozi Maboneng, Johannesburg at 11 and 28. Mahikeng 14, that's your minimum. Your maximum is 30, with Klerksdorp coming in at a low of 14 and reaching highs of 32. Kimberley, sun and clouds out there for you, 16 and 32, with Bloemfontein starting off at 10 and you will reach that high of 30. Richards Bay, 20 is your start and a maximum of 30. with some sun and clouds out in Pietermaritzburg today, 16 minimum and a maximum of 31. The warmest place to be, without a doubt, 21 is your low. That's for Durban. 30 is where you will peak, with Mthatha coming in. Expecting plenty rain today, 15, and you will reach highs of 27. Oh, plenty rain, East London, yes, 100%, 18. That's your low. You'll reach highs of 27, with Craddock coming in with some sun and clouds today. 16 your minimum and your maximum 28. Gqeberha 17 and 19, with George with some sun and clouds out there 14. You will reach that high of 20. The mother city Cape Town 12 and 22. Worcester, you come in at a low of 8 and reach highs of 28, with some sun and clouds out in Sutherland today. 7 your minimum and your maximum is 25. Uppington, very, very hot today. 18 is your low. You will reach a high of 37 degrees. Oh, the temperatures are rising out in Uppington. But please do, in the meantime, show us how your morning is looking by sending in those sunrise pictures. Gents, what's happening?
I've got to say, you inspire me so much. I went out there to show my kids those sunrises, those views of our beautiful country. Thank you so much. We absolutely love seeing your sunrise photos from your part of the world. It makes us feel connected to you, so we really do appreciate it, and it inspires us to go out there and explore our country, man.
Yeah, travel our own country. In fact, reignite your passion for travel with MasterCard and visit South Africa's finest wine tourist destinations. Nice. And here's the thing, you can enjoy curated, priceless experiences at Constantia, Franschhoek, and Stellenbosch wine routes.
How do you choose, though? Because
you can't. You have to do them all.
You do them all. It's one long route. First stop, though, visit priceless.com to get all of those details. There are going to be some amazing offers valid up until the 31st of December, so you've got the rest of this year. Make every second count.
New Revlon Color Stay Matte Like Crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon Color Stay Matte Like Crayon. Wanna play? It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on S3. And today is International Day of Awareness of Food Loss and Waste. And it's a day symbolizing the prevention of food waste through awareness, through efforts and initiatives all across the globe. Now, for many years, Woolworths has been working to create a sustainable, positive impact to help alleviate hunger in South Africa, in line with UN Sustainable Development Goal 2, #Zero Hunger Future by 2030. And here to tell us how they are going to be helping to prevent food loss and waste is Corin Carstensen, Wilson and Katie Hayes from Woolworths. Ladies, it's great to have you. Karen, let me start off with you first about the importance of having a day like this that creates awareness around the issue of food loss and waste.
So food loss and waste, the United Nations SDG, or Sustainable Development Goal 12.3, is aiming to reduce food loss by 50% by the year 2030. So 2030 obviously is a journey. It's a way to go to the 50% reduction. And therefore it's great to have an annual day where we actually think about the food waste, and therefore we can focus on the food waste and reset our goals for the years in order to deliver this 50% reduction.
And Katie, this is, as I said earlier on, a very real topic to us as South Africans. We have children that are going hungry. We have families that are going hungry. Statistically, where do we stand, and how does Woolworths look at that and wanting to make an impact on that in terms of a vision point of view?
So, Katlego, there are 14.3 million South Africans that face the threat of hunger on a daily basis. 14.3, and that number's increased since COVID, since 2019, because of the impact on people's livelihoods and access to food. But often when we hear numbers like that, we forget to think of the actual people behind it. It's not just a number, they're individuals. And it's something that we are really concerned about, and I'm sure most of South Africa is concerned about it as well. Then on the other side, we have food loss. We have a production of a third of the food that is produced is being added to landfill. That's about 10.1 tons of food going to waste annually. And if you look at that figure against all the people that are hungry in South Africa, it's terrible, and it's something we've all got to do something about. From Woolworths' side, we're really committed to addressing food security. We've been involved for a number of years. We support the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal of a zero hunger future by 2030. The world, unfortunately, is not on track to achieve that, but we're even more committed and believe that we must do something to address it. So we focus a lot on ensuring people have access to food, that there's inclusivity. We understand that food is a basic need for people, and if we address food correctly, we can also help with some of the inequalities in the country. So we have various initiatives, some that help people that need food to eat today, like those people I was mentioning, but also we want to create opportunities for people to move beyond just needing donations and find ways in which we can encourage them to grow their own food.
Sustainability.
That's right.
That's the name of the game over there. Karen, could you tell me a bit more about some of the food waste voluntary commitments that Woolworths has taken on since 2020 and what progress has been made?
So Woolworths signed up to the voluntary food waste agreement in 2020. We are one of the signatories when the voluntary agreement was actually launched. And we've since focused on getting our suppliers to also sign up to the voluntary agreement because, as I said, food waste happens along the whole supply chain. And we've also got our suppliers getting committed and actually participating in the voluntary agreement. As part of the voluntary agreement, obviously we are recording and reporting on our food waste, and that helps us focus on where the problem areas are, because anything that you measure, you can find the problem areas and you can actually make improvements there. But further, we've always been on this food waste journey. So some of our efforts are not new. They haven't started in 2020. We've been providing surplus food as a company to people in need for years, and that has not changed, and it won't be changing in terms of food waste. We will still be actually providing surplus food to people in need.
Yeah, there's a huge silver lining that we're talking about on a day like this. And to that, I'd like to add the conversation regarding Food Forward SA and Woolworths' collaboration with Food Forward SA.
So we do quite a lot of work around redistribution of food. As Karen mentioned, we just redistribute surplus food to about 1,000 beneficiaries across the country, charity organizations. This is food that is within its use-by date. In the last financial year, we donated about 786 million rands worth of food.
Wow.
And the value of this food is not only that it's providing people with food to eat and reducing food waste to landfill, as Karen mentioned, it's also enabling these organizations to redirect their budget that they would have placed on food to other things that are really important. And then the relationship with Food Forward SA, a wonderful NGO who have a national footprint. They redistribute edible surplus food to beneficiaries in need. We've been partnering with them since about 2018, and our contribution has probably led to about 5.1 million meals being provided to people who need it. And our beneficiaries in our surplus food program are also part of Food Forward, and that enables them to have access to additional food that they can get through the Food Forward network as well. So we're really hoping that these initiatives are helping to alleviate hunger, but also addressing the food waste to landfill dilemma as well.
Okay. Now, of course, at the end of the day, like we said as well, this is not just a statistical thing. We're talking about actual people. And this all starts at home, Karen. If we want to change the trajectory of the nation, we need to change our habits and the things that we do at home. So what would you say is your advice to viewers at home in order for us all as a nation to help to prevent food loss and waste?
So definitely the SDG 12.3 about reducing food waste to landfill is about all of us in the chain. So it's all the way from the farmer. As I said, 48 of our suppliers have signed up to reducing food waste via the voluntary agreement. But you're right, the consumer's also got a very important role to play. The consumer, the CSIR study showed actually consumers still waste a lot of food in this country, which is surprising. We didn't expect that. But yeah, surprising. Customers do have a role to play. It starts with the consumer when they're planning to buy food. They need to actually plan and buy what they need. When they're preparing, they should be preparing what they need. But more important is also just watching your food and watching the date marking of the food.
Yeah.
Consumers don't seem to appreciate that we've got two types of date marking in this country. We've got best befores and we've got use by dates.
Okay.
And as Katie said, products with a use by date can potentially become harmful past the use by date, but a product with a best before is a quality indicator.
Okay.
So there's no reason why you should not be eating a product after the best before. And further, remember, as a consumer, you've always got the option to actually freeze some products. And if you can freeze a product, you can extend the shelf life, and therefore you also prevent food waste in your own home.
Yeah.
So yeah, the consumer's also got a role to play in the whole food waste conversation.
Yeah. Well, Karen, Katie, great insights from both of you. Thank you very much for joining us on this day and helping us to create further awareness around the issues of food loss and waste. And of course, to you at home, be mindful of your food waste. Remember, less food wasted equals more full tummies. So let's help Woolworths to share that hashtag Zero Hunger Future by 2030.
Okay, so thanks to this guy, we don't waste any food.
No, we do not.
Not in our studio.
There's no chance for that.
We actually have quite a solid rule. We really do try to make sure that not an ounce of food goes to waste, and that is driven by the fact that here in South Africa, more than 1/3 of our food goes to waste every day. Just imagine the children that you could feed with that. So we put it to you guys this morning. How do you ensure that you don't waste when it comes to food? And we'd love to hear from you. In fact, let's get into one of those voice notes right now.
Yeah, let's hear it. The first one is from Leanne. Leanne, what's up?
Good morning. I can totally relate to this. As a teacher, I find the kids at school usually throw their lunch in the dustbin, and it really frustrates me knowing that there's so many children starving in our country.
Yeah.
Or in general in the world.
Yeah, completely. And I think it's just about connecting the dots. How do you connect that community with the right people who have the food? Yeah. Let's see if Nicole has the answer.
So I ensure not wasting food by cooking the correct portions for myself and my partner and not overcooking food. So there is no waste at the end of my meal.
That's it. 'Cause there really is no reason for the wastage, right?
I love that.
Elizabeth, what's happening?
Good morning, Expresso team. No, my food don't go to waste. My grandchildren. They keep.
Yeah, you see, Elizabeth, they cook so well, nobody wasting any of that food. Now, Lizzie also weighed in. Let's hear from her.
Hi, my name is Lizzie from PE, and what we like to do to ensure that we don't waste is we freeze the leftover food, and if we can, we use the other leftovers as compost.
100%.
Oh, good, good. Okay, so there really is no excuse, but there's so many uses for food, even when it has gone off, for example.
Exactly.
We've got one more voice note. Who is this? Sikona?
Good morning, my name is Asekona. I'm from Durban, and the way that I reduce food wastage in my household is by meal prepping for the week. Even if I don't have all the ingredients, at least I know how much I need to buy. And if I have leftovers, then I have spontaneous dinners with either friends or family, anyone who's available, so that none of the food goes to waste.
I love it, man. I'm trying to take all of this on board. And I think it's a great way to look at it. Remember, this is also money that you're throwing away if you're throwing food away. So even if you want to look at it from that angle, we'd love to hear from you. 07 063 408 8863. What are you doing to combat food waste on this International Food Waste Day? We'd love to hear from you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
There's a man who's saving the planet, and he's going to help us do that right now. It is International Food Waste Day, so we're going to continue that conversation right now and see how technology can help us prevent food wastage. Grant Hines joins us back on the couch, proverbial that it is, to discuss a couple of gadgets that are designed to minimize our food wastage. I thought it was a gaming console like Generation XXY when I first came in. It's a pretty fancy piece of tech. Grant, what do you got for us? Because technology is there to help us in our mission, man.
Yes, okay, but before we get into this, let's touch on...
The banana.
A bunch of bananas. Okay, we'll talk about this banana very shortly. There's a bunch of really exciting tech that exists right now to help us stop food wastage. And the first one that a lot of people know a lot about is the smart fridges.
Yeah,
now, these smart fridges are, they're clever because there's a couple of ways that food wastage happens that you don't really know. So when you open up your fridge, a lot of cold air comes out and your food can decompose. So it's got cameras inside with a screen on the front, and that allows you to see inside that fridge and see what the food is. It'll also tell you, has a screen on the front so you can put in the food and tell the fridge what the expiry dates are, and it can tell you when food is about to expire, what you need to cook relatively fast and cook first and so on, which is really clever, and also have different compartments for the different members of the household.
I love that because that's more about data management. It's more about just managing your flow.
Food is data management.
Yeah, 100%. I love that. Great, bud.
And then secondly, there's another thing called the iCompost. We've had it on the show previously, I found out, but it's a smart composter that you keep in your kitchen that turns your old food into soil. And it uses very little electricity to do so, and it's great to see that South African homes are starting to adopt this kind of thing. So any food that we have, like banana peels, something that you're not necessarily going to use, can be then reused in your garden.
I absolutely love it because look, the natural composting process, it's taking me an age. It's like takes like 2 years to get a good yield of compost. And I started during lockdown because obviously they weren't picking up rubbish, and it was that kind of biodegradable stuff that really was kind of weighing up, and it made me see exactly
what you're
how
throwing
much
away.
gets wasted.
It's scary. It's very, very scary.
So I love that. The iComposter. Okay, so, can we talk about this little modern marvel?
A great way to save on food wastage is planning your food properly and planning your meals correctly. So I have my breakfast banana over here.
Good man.
You know, and there's nothing like air frying a breakfast banana. So have you ever thought about that?
I haven't, but well, now I have, and now I'm thinking about it in a few different ways.
So this air fryer is really smart because it connects to your phone.
Okay.
And you can then have a bunch of meals that you can preload. So I'm just going to stick my air fryer banana in there. You know how it is. So in the morning, at night, I could probably do something similar. And then on the app, which I've got in front of me right now, I can build custom recipes depending on the kind of meals that I have. So I've got breakfast bananas as a custom recipe on the app over here. And then I can schedule when I cook the food. So that means that if I go out during the day and I'm going to get hungry when I get home, I can schedule that time. And I can, because it's my own unique recipe, as soon as that scheduled time kicks in, the air fryer starts for a period of time, and I can get home and the food is perfectly cooked. Because at the end of the day, air fryers, the food gets really hot in it.
Yeah, for sure.
And what I like about having smart technology like this, there's so many different recipes that you can use and utilize. There's custom recipes that you can obviously add, and then recipes like a lot of people like eating tofu at restaurants but don't know how to cook it at home.
Disastrous. I destroyed it in my brand new air fryer.
And you can literally, and there's a recipe of all the ingredients you can do, and you can start your program and just do it. Because also, people go like, hey, I've heard air fryers are great things to have.
But what do you
cook with it?
Yeah.
So that's exactly what it is. So I'm just going to go to my breakfast bananas and I'm going to start this. It's connected to the internet, and now it's starting to air fry the food. There we go.
Just did a Jedi. You just did a Jedi mind trick. I love that.
And then if I had the Compost here with me, I've got these, banana peels that they don't have to go to waste. They can go back into growing. We've grown a lot of tomatoes in our garden. Yeah. Guys, tomatoes are so easy to grow. They grow like weeds, and you have food at the end of the day.
We've got spring onions, we've got lettuce, and we've got strawberries, and we just planted
and you just have a pasta and arrabbiata. It's like so. My breakfast is going to be ready in about 7 minutes. So, and that's how it works. And then I can also, from my phone, if something's come up, I can pause it. And remember, that means that there we go, it's paused. And that means that if I'm not at home or something's come up and I have to go pick up the kids from school when I wasn't expecting to do that, I can quickly do that without wasting the contents of the food inside. Do you understand?
Completely. I think the big take home for me here is a little bit of planning goes a long way. And if you've got devices that can help kind of juggle those balls for you, so you're not constantly thinking about something, forget about something, let something go to waste, just manage your kind of ecosystem in the kitchen. I absolutely love that. And make sure that, yes, no food gets wasted, but none of the other kind of byproducts get wasted as well. I love that. So we've got about 6 minutes left on the banana.
Do you want some breakfast banana?
I'd love some breakfast banana, man. I don't want it to be too underdone, man.
Everyone's at home's going, who's eating breakfast bananas like this?
Can I open and have a look at
go for it,
I just want to see. Oh, it looks exactly like a banana. Look at that. Wow, that's exactly what we were going for. Hey? It looks like a banana. That's amazing.
Don't touch my food.
I love it. Sorry, man. No, it's my banana now. No, we never throw it away. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much, dude. I think if you do a bit of planning, it's not only going to help kind of your impact in the space, but it's going to save you money. Because every piece of wasted food, and especially now with inflation at the moment, is wasted money. So think about what you can do to push back on this International Food Waste Day. Grant, you're a genius.
Push back.
I want one.
You want one?
I want one.
Breakfast bananas.
Yes. I want one of those things that looks so good. But, of course, when it comes to a day like this, we need to inspire. And, the Constitution actually states that everyone has the right to have access to sufficient food and water.
That's right. So this morning we take a look at an organization out in Joburg that's helping people to facilitate food security and prevent food waste. It's called the People's Pantry. Check this out.
Food waste is an interesting problem. We still have about 2.5 million South Africans that don't know on a day-to-day basis where their food is going to come from. Plus, we're wasting 13 million tons of fresh produce annually, per year. It lands up on a landfill, so we're looking at big amounts of food that goes to waste. 40% of our food waste is fresh produce. We're talking edible foods. It's huge, and it's not just a South African issue. Globally, we waste food. So the motivation really was the acknowledgement that people in the community around us have been food insecure. COVID highlighted how much food insecurity was part of people's lives. you know, people struggling to feed their family from day to day. So that's where different people in the community came together at Victoria Yards, saying we need to do something. And what we did was start a soup kitchen within Victoria Yards. And as it grew, the Makers Valley Partnership that are based here took ownership of the project. It became more organized. And we now run with the project full-time because the issues pertaining to food security have not left the community. Now, people have always struggled because you need money to buy food, and if you don't have secure income, it's hard.
The way we run the People's Pantry, it works like this. Every Wednesday and Thursday around this community, so the people, they will be collecting the cans, boxes, plastics, all kinds of recyclables, so that they will be taking them to our depot at the lock. There is a company that is we collaborate with. It means Love Our City Clean. So it's the one that we are working with. So people, they will be taking the recycles to drop it at the lock site, at their depot. After they do that recycling, they come on our site at the People's Pantry so that they can come and redeem their points so that they can manage to purchase the food so that they can help themselves and their families.
Siyasizana nayo. Mina ngithatha amabox negubhu ngihambise bomi bese kuthi mina ngo Friday ibuye izongisiza ngokuthi ke ngithole amaveji noma ukukhona nje siyakuthola konke.
Itshintshe kakhulu ngoba ekuqaleni besikhathi singenalutho endlini. Uqala kwami kwenza lo msebenzi siyalala sidlile. Nabantwana bami akukho ukuthi angisebenzi baba kasebenzi ukusalala siyadla.
Sengithola ukudla khona lana every Friday. Ngithola izinto ezishiyeneyo, ngiyathola ibutter, ngiyathola imilimili, ngiyathola amaveji, ngiyathola insipho okugcobisa, amafutha okupheka. And okunye ngiyapheka lana ngiphekela umphakathi. And ukuphekeleni kwami umphakathi ngiyathola ukudla ama leftovers aseleyo mangipheka ngokwami konke. So kushintsha kakhulu impilo yami, kakhulu.
The benefits are huge because people, they can come here to get the food, and also they clean the streets by cleaning around this neighborhood. So I can say it's very, very huge. What makes me to want to work at the People's Pantry is because I have a passion through the People's Pantry. It's most important things to see People's Pantry is working so hard to change people's life.
I mean, to be hungry in 2022, it's not about a lack of food. There's enough food in South Africa. I think we need to be creative. The food system as it stands is really not serving us, I think. People at home can help by becoming less of a consumer and more of a kind of food citizen. I think one of the things we need to do collaboratively to think about the food system and what we might need to change so that it's more just.
Okay, look at that. Change being made, direct change affecting communities in the most positive ways. I love that. Thank you so much for that.
The right to food is linked to one's right to life and dignity. So that's
right.
so important, and we love what they're doing.
Yep, and that's the People's Pantry, aiming to transform community mindsets towards food distribution and consumption. But they're also turning us from being consumers only to being active participants in that sense. I love it. Well done, guys.
James is on a long overdue holiday, all because he chose to invest in an electronic Optimum Plus account.
Yes, seriously.
Be like James. Open a Nedbank Electronic Optimum Plus account and get an effective interest rate of up to 12.4%.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for choosing us this morning. We love you for that. And yes, we are still celebrating International Day of Awareness of Food Loss and Waste. This is such an important frontier right now. And Chef Clem is going to share some of his tips and tricks on how we as consumers, probably the most important piece of this puzzle, what we can do to prevent food waste. A third of the food that we so lovingly prepare in this country ends up on a landfill.
That is so sad.
It's unacceptable when you think of how many kids. We've got 20 kids dying of starvation in our country every day. This is not in some far-flung part of the world. This is SA.
These are the facts.
But
these are the
I'm
facts,
saying.
right?
That was pre-COVID, so it's probably even worse now. So food wastage is something we have to do something about. And it also is a great way economically to run your kitchen, I think. So you've got a couple of tips and tricks for us and some nice recipes to help us just make sure nothing is going to waste. So what have you got, my man?
And it's pretty amazing how a little bit of knowledge can save you, number one, save you money and save on food waste. And the biggest ally in the fight for me is your freezer. So the freezers are absolutely amazing, and I'm going to be honest, I love like labeling and bagging things. So you go to
imagine,
it's like a librarian where she pulls out the thing in the Dewey Decimal System. If you open my freezer, the one drawer, it goes.
Like a Rolodex.
Puttanesca sauce, Neapolitana sauce, arrabbiata sauce. Everything's just like labeled.
Because you put in so much love and effort to create those sauces, so why must it go to waste?
And it's as simple as we have a rule when it comes to freezing things. If you're going to be cooking in bulk for the purpose of freezing so you can batch cook and have stuff for later, all you're going to do is, let's talk about sauces in the first place. You make a big sauce, always try and make more than you actually need, if you're going to be doing it that way.
Sure.
Let it cool down to as close to room temperature as possible before you put it in the freezer. Okay, that makes all the difference. It actually will last years longer by doing it that way. So love your freezer. Things like pasta. When you can't actually see what the final quantity is going to be with rice or pasta, we tend to always add a little more, and then we end up with this amount or a little more left over.
For sure, I get that,
You can freeze cooked pasta. You can. And so, number one, it's going to cut down on food waste, but also when you get that little notification that says load shedding's happening, and you don't have to cook pasta from scratch. You take it out of the freezer, and it thaws out literally in like minutes, and then just add it straight into your sauce, which is what we're going to do in a second. Bread freezes. Can I grab my bread, okay?
Please do, man. Please. I don't want to stand in the way of a man and his bread.
Don't do it. Many have lost their arm. So the thing is, in a household of two, with Meg and myself, a loaf of bread's going to last a really long time. So freeze it. Okay, so you can hang on to that. And then I got my pasta, which I also froze. Look at you. You got some skills there. Wow.
I love it.
Okay, so like I said, pasta. This is cooked pasta, and we just froze it. I leave this out on the counter, literally like 3 minutes later, 5 minutes later, you notice how soft it is, and you can actually start cooking.
If you've got a bubba that's teething.
Wow, rigatoni, little teething rings.
My word.
You can trademark that, Graham, at the Baba and Daba next year. Okay, another thing that freezer is great for is your herbs. Now, let's be honest, right? You're going to buy a pack of herbs, and you don't always use one big pack in one go. So what happens is the bunch you use in the beginning, super fresh. But like, maybe it lasts a week in your fridge, but they start looking a little tired. So what I absolutely love doing is I just accumulate all the herbs into one baggie, and then when I have enough, I blitz it up. But I blitz it up with the idea that, like, I'm going to create a flavor booster, or as Graham calls it, a flavor bazooka.
For sure.
In these ice cubes, I've got parsley, basil. I hoid in a little garlic in there, a little bit of olive oil and water, and I blitzed it all up. So I've got a real flavor booster happening in here. So if I'm going to make my sauce, which I'm going to do now, add these to it. Number one, you're not wasting all those herbs. Plus, you're going to really amplify your dish, taking it from like an 8 to like a proper 12. This is how, again, restaurants just like finish off dishes. A little bit of herbs, it makes all the difference. So love your freezer, label things, pop them into freezer-safe containers. I'm telling you, it makes such a huge difference. Number one, you always have a meal ready. And number two, you're cutting down on all the food waste, which puts money back into your pocket.
Yeah, you're going to save so much money through this process. How often on the show have we done that? The idea of a small change making a big difference. Just do a little bit of an adjustment in one part of that production line, and it affects the whole bigger picture. Brilliant. Okay, so what dish are you going to create with your leftovers?
With my leftovers. So what I've done is I took a few slices of bread, and while it was still frozen...
I'm open, Chef Clem, I'm open.
We can't do that in some cultures. We will be ended. No. Okay, so what I do is I took the bread while still frozen, I blitzed it up in our NutriBullet, but you can even use a grater while it's frozen, which I love. Because it's frozen, it's going to have some body to it. Grate it up, get it into a pan with olive oil or canola oil, whatever oil you want, and garlic. So you're going to create these like amazing garlicky breadcrumbs. These are so delicious.
Oh, my word.
And in certain parts of Italy, they use that instead of Parmesan, okay?
Yeah,
and it really gives you a lot of texture and flavor. So that's what I've done. My pasta I thawed out, and then I've got my herbs, which I blitzed up earlier. So in here's got a can of tomatoes. And this is like a 10-minute dinner, not even 10 minutes. A little bit of salt and pepper. And garlic, get that in there as well. Extra garlic. I mean, there's garlic in the sauce, but you can add more. I mean,
the only thing that you have bought, literally, out of this is probably the cheapest thing in the menu.
And chances are you've got a can of tomatoes in your cupboard. 100%. And you should, if you don't, you should just always keep it there because it's like you always need it. So I'm going to melt these cubes into the tomato sauce. Once everything's beautifully combined and looking aromatic, all I'm going to do, remember the pasta's cooked. I'm going to put it in that sauce. 3 minutes, 2 minutes later, all comes together. You got dinner in under 10 minutes, and you're saved.
And I love the fact the infusion of those flavors, because the pasta's been cooked in the sauce, it's going to take in so much more of that. Absolutely beautiful, man.
This is how you do it.
I'm going to
Especially, I'm so glad we're talking about this now because the festive season's coming. Yeah. And we're catering to so many like larger numbers. So we need to like clue ourselves up now, get our freezer working. Start saving money. So stop wasting food.
Absolutely love it. The freezer is your friend. Bag it. I think that's my major take home here. If you're going to be doing the fresh stuff, let it cool down to room temperature.
Right.
Then absolutely you are good to go. And you can pretty much freeze anything and recreate. So if you've got flavor profiles that you like, the fresh herbs that you've been growing in your garden, make sure that not anything goes to waste. If I could ask you for one tip on saving food, what has been the thing? Because I think you seem like the kind of guy who could go quite simple if you need to. Hell, you don't even need cutlery or plates.
We spoke about something.
Yeah. What has been your go-to? Because it seems it's more of an ethos than just kind of a practice.
The biggest thing for me is pre-planning your meals. And I know with today's heavy schedule, it's difficult to be like, for the next 3 days, these are exact meals I'm going to be eating. However, if you can get a ballpark idea of what you have a framework, it stops you from buying things that you're not going to need, that you put in your fridge, and then the week goes by and you forget about that one piece of meat, one piece of like vegetable, whatever, that you've got at the back that you were supposed to cook because you felt like it then, but now you don't feel like it. So kind of just plan as much as you can ahead. That's where you can buy the exact quantity and whatever you don't need. I've kind of played around in the kitchen a bit, and I found ways of preserving almost all of my leftovers. And the biggest one is your freezer. Second thing, pickle things and get proper storage containers. That's the way you can properly freeze things and it'll last over a year.
Great glass, use your little Ziploc bags. Oh, buddy, I absolutely love this. And then you get the joy of watching those flavors come to life. How cool is that? You're melting your own little flavor bazookas in there. Buddy, you're an absolute genius. I'd still just do it on the braai. Live off the braai, my friend. Live off the fire. Remember, preventing food waste starts with us, guys. Don't wait for big business to do it. We as consumers have to send them that message. So let's help Woolworths share a hashtag Zero Hunger Future by 2030 because it is possible with your help.
Switch to Red on SA's leading network and save up to 10,000 Rand when you trade in. Get the new Samsung Z Flip 4 on a 600-minute Red Core or voice plan for 1,439 Rand per month over 24 months. Plus, get a 1,000 Rand Shop Geld voucher and enjoy more benefits and rewards. Further together, Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live in S3, and I can tell you we have a challenge for you. Now, picture this, all right? They close the aeroplane's cabin doors, and there's an empty seat next to you. And that is the best feeling, right? You can kick up a nice leg or two. You can jump, around. It's beautiful. Life's a ball with Chuckles and Fly Sapphire. Now, stand the chance to win 1 of 10 return flights in a Chuckles hamper. Post a pic or video of you living your best Chuckles life with Fly Sapphire. And you can do that on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter with the hashtag Life's a Ball. Competition closes on 16 October 2022, and T's and C's, as always, do apply. You can find them on woolworths.co.za. But it is time to play a very special Chuckles Life's a Ball game. And we have the perfect quiz master, Chef Clem, has come in. The Chuckles master is here to make sure that you are looked after today. Chef Clem, what is the challenge for us today while we snack?
What do we do?
In front of you, you have a paddle.
Yes, we do.
Marked A and B, which means you have 2 choices. I'm going to give you a scenario.
Okay.
With 2 possible outcomes, and I want you to pick the best one out of the 2.
Okay.
Okay? And explain why this scenario is the Life's a Ball version of your ideal situation.
Okay.
There is no wrong answer, but the most entertaining answers and explanations will win what's presented in front of you.
And are we allowed to eat these in the meantime?
That's what you're going to be eating. That's what you're going to be eating for inspiration. Okay, so let's get the first scenario ready.
All right.
Let's see
the first scenario. Okay.
Where we going?
That's the first scenario. The first scenario is A.
Here we go. Life's a Ball when for the rest of the year, you can either be off on a Monday, or for the rest of the year, you can be off on a Friday. So A, off on Mondays, B, off on Fridays. And you still get paid for it.
I mean, it's both. I mean, there is really no correct one, right?
There's a scientific reason.
Same
thing. Carl, you were very sure about Mondays off the rest of the year. Please, can you, while you chew, with 8 Chuckles in your mouth, and explain to us why Mondays?
Well, thing is, I love Fridays because you get to work and allow people to know that it's weekend.
Right.
But Monday is always the day where on a Sunday you almost your mind zones into work, so you don't really get to enjoy Sunday. So if you got a Monday off, suddenly Sunday would become more of the weekend as opposed to the build up to a week.
So you gain an extra day on the weekend. Officially, I like that reasoning, Tabi. So you were just in the middle. So I think we're not going to ask you for your reason. You're going to take both. Okay, I like that. So Carl, I love your Thank you. The explanation. Okay, on to the question number 2. Life's a ball when you get surprised with breakfast in bed.
Okay.
That's A. Or B, you're treated to a surprise romantic dinner.
Oh, B.
B. Versus breakfast in bed.
I just think that there's something special about heading out the house, and if it's a surprise and you weren't expecting it and you're heading out and there's like a whole dinner, that's quite special. I mean, it beats some eggs being scrambled and brought to the bedroom. Come on.
Yeah, also, look here, if you've got white linen, man, you're going to mess on your bed.
Oh, so you're thinking ahead.
Yeah, I'm thinking about messing on the bed, then you must still clean the... Nah.
There goes the romance.
Romantic dinner. Thank you.
It's romantic dinner for the win. All right, next question. Life's a ball when? This is an important one.
Yes.
You watch the Springboks play in a final live in the stadium. That's A. Or is it B? You watch the Springboks play in a final while at home with all your favorite people and food.
Food?
Yes.
What do you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's going to take this one? Please explain why, because I agree with you.
Well, no traffic and you get to watch replays.
Yeah. And you get to eat food.
Thank you.
With the people you love.
It's an obvious one. It's an obvious one. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
On to the next question. Life's a ball when you have an all-day spa treatment. Tapiso's already out. He doesn't even like... Or B, when you go on a sunrise hot air balloon ride.
Oh, man. Oh, I want both. Oh.
I'm going with A.
You're going with A.
Spa treatment.
Okay, so versus... Tapiso, take this one. Versus the hot air balloon.
Yeah, because this is like 15 minutes and things could go wrong. You could crash. I don't know about that.
All right.
Spiders.
I get you.
Spiders.
I get you. Okay, so that was amazing. I'm going to say to you that we can't actually decide because life's a ball when everybody wins. So Tabiso and Carl. Oh, wait, last question, very quickly. Okay, we got a bonus one. This is a good one. Life's a ball when you get a bucky load of Chuckles. Okay? Or B, when you get 1 bag of Chuckles every day for the next 10 years.
Oh, B, for sure. Maybe explain.
Carl, you seem like a bit hesitant.
Yeah.
Why? We're going with A.
A bucky load, because I mean, then you can share it. Then everybody will get Chuckles on that particular day. If you get one every sort of day for 10 years, I know it's like compound investment, but I think that everybody gets to share in a moment with a bucky. Not that anybody returns buckies in South Africa.
They don't. Tabiso, very quickly, why have you gone for B?
No, because, I mean, come on, it's the rest of your life is so... Well, 10 years, not the rest
10
of your
years?
life. 10 years.
Could be the rest of your life.
The rest of your life, really. Yeah, I just think that was appealing to me.
Nice. You're both our winners for the day. I'm going to let you decide who wins. On social media, let us know what your ideal life is a moment is.
All right.
I think our 2 contestants done very well.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. You're the best. I'm going to take the coconut ice one. It's my favorite.
Which coconut ice one?
And milk chocolate.
No, come on.
Coconut ice
We're going to
one.
have a conversation about this. But this is great. Thank you. You've been a really good quiz master, eh?
R50 complimenten van Chuckles.
Baie dankie, hoor.
Elton, yeah.
We love them. Okay, so here's the deal. I'll tell you this, all right? I've got something to tell you.
All right.
Remember, life is a ball with Chuckles and Fly Surfer. You do stand the chance to win one of those 10 return flights and Chuckles Hamper. Post pictures or a video of you living your best Chuckles life and Fly Surfer life on Facebook, Instagram, as well as TikTok and Twitter with that hashtag Life's a Ball. The competition will close on the 16th of October. T's and C's, get them on woolworths.co.za.
Life's a ball.
Oh, thank you so much, gentlemen. I would love to know how many of those Chuckles were eaten during that segment by Tabiso. Of course, time now to get back into the news. Just gone 8 o'clock, so let's start here in South Africa with our national news first. President Cyril Ramaphosa says that if municipalities wish to attract investors to grow their economies, they must be efficient and well managed. Now, he addressed delegates on the second day of the local government summit in Boksburg, happening at the moment. The president says investors look at how quickly they can obtain approval and permits, what the quality of water, electricity supply and the state of sewage and waste disposal in an area is when making their assessments. Ramaphosa said investors also looked at the quality of roads and infrastructure, and if they weren't satisfied, they invested their money elsewhere. A few poignant points there. And staying in the country, more people as well as companies are expected to be charged soon for fraud related to the Astina Dairy Farm project at Vrede in the Free State. Now, the former Minister of Mineral Resources, Mosebenzi Zwane, a former Sahara employee, Ugeshni governor, and a former director of Island Site, Ronica Ragavan, yesterday appeared in the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. They were arrested yesterday morning. Now, apart from fraud, they are also facing charges of corruption and money laundering. Zwane and governor both granted a 10,000 rand bail, while Ragavan was released on a warning. Now, casting a wider gaze on the international front, a sad day, unfortunately, as Guinea's oldest chimpanzee, a female, has died at the age of 71. The Environment Ministry announced this. Now, Fana, her name, had lived alone as she became less mobile after a bad fall some 25 years ago. She lived in a forest around the village of Bossou in the far southeastern corner of Guinea. And her death brings the number of Bossou chimpanzees down to just 6 or 7. So you understand why this is such a momentous occasion. These chimpanzees drew international attention in 2009 after researchers established that they used stone hammers and anvils to crack open nuts, something they were never known to do, or at least had never been witnessed doing before. Now, European countries say that they will ramp up security around oil and gas installations after the suspected sabotage of 2 major pipelines. Seismologists reported underwater blasts before the leaks emerged. The EU, US and NATO have now suggested damage to the pipelines between Russia and Germany was deliberate, but have not blamed Russia directly as yet. Russia has meanwhile denied any involvement. European Commission head Ursula von der Leyen has promised the, quote, strongest possible response if the attack is proven to have been deliberate. Now let's round off on a very positive note. They are our absolute favorites. South Africa's singing ambassadors, the sensations from Limpopo, the Ndlovu Youth Choir, are embarking on their first headline tour of the country. And for this historic tour, the choir will be bringing their signature sound, their mesmerizing choreography, and of course that infectious energy that won the world's hearts. They'll be going to Johannesburg and Cape Town in season 14, followed by sold-out shows in Europe in recent years. So be sure that you get a little taste of their magic and you don't miss out on what will promise, I'm sure, will be the most amazing cultural experience. But that's where we leave our news headlines for now. On just that kind of positive note, let's see how the roads are looking.
Thank you very much, Graham. A final look at your roads. Let's start off in the Cape Town, in the Western Cape. There is congestion on the M5 northbound at Berkeley. You can expect that there will be delays in that area this morning. In Johannesburg, Sandton, there is a multi-vehicle accident on the N1 southbound after Rivonia Road. Please make sure you give way to emergency vehicles and drive carefully over there. KwaZulu-Natal, Pietermaritzburg, there has been an accident. That's on the M3 eastbound after the ramp coming from Hilton Avenue. The left shoulder of the road is closed, so please do approach with caution. Take it easy, be safe on the roads out there. Up next, we take a final look at your weather. The U.S. National Hurricane Center says that Hurricane Ian officially made landfall in southwestern Florida as an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane last night. This made landfall with maximum sustained wind speeds of 250 kilometers per hour, bringing catastrophic flooding as the storm surged to the Florida coast. Satellite imagery by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration showed repeated flashes of lightning around the eye of the storm as Hurricane Ian strengthened over the Gulf of Mexico. The storm is on course for the Tampa Bay region, one of the most vulnerable places in the U.S. for severe flooding. And some 2.5 million residents of Florida are under orders to evacuate, and theme parks such as Disney World, SeaWorld and Busch Gardens in Tampa have closed. Areas on Florida's west coast will feel the direct impact of Hurricane Ian. Other regions are bracing for possible tornadoes. The hurricane barreled through Cuba on Tuesday, and much of the island is now without power. Oh, man, we certainly do wish them all of the best as they try and recover what they can there, and hopefully not too much loss of life over there. For our last update, we do have John, though, from John Wesley from Yacht Mall in Durban, capturing the spectacular shot of the sun peeking just over the clouds, bringing a beautiful mirror effect on the water. I mean, I love to see that. Look at that. Roland from Palito snapped this picture. Perfect view from his patio on the sun reflecting on the glass, with that usual cup of coffee and indulging in the phenomenal views. Thank you for that picture. It's beautiful. Ridwan Hassan shared his view this morning all the way out in Dubai. How's it going with the sun peeking over there? The houses there, as you can see, far out in the distance with the bold orange hues from his balcony this morning. I love that picture. Look at that. What a lovely way to start this Thursday morning out in Dubai. Last up, we have a colorful view sent in from Sumaya Conrad out in Wynberg, Cape Town, showing off what the mother city has to offer, from bright pinks to bold oranges. What a spectacular view, combination of both. I love it. And now we take a final look at your temperatures across the country. We start off with you, Polokwane. It's sunny out there today. 11 is your low, your high 28 today, with Mbombela starting off at a minimum of 14. You will reach highs of 29 degrees. If you're out in the capital city, Pretoria, this is for you. 12 is your minimum. Your maximum is 29. You can expect plenty sun out in Johannesburg. Johannesburg, 11. That's where you will start off and peak at 28. Sunny in Mahikeng, 14 and 30, with Klerksdorp coming in at a minimum of 14, and you will reach highs of 32. Kimberley, some sun and clouds out there today, 16. That's your low. You will reach highs of 32, with sun and clouds for Bloemfontein as well today, 10 and 30. Richards Bay comes in at a low of 20 and peaks at 30, with Pietermaritzburg at 16 and 31. The warmest place to be, Durban, 21 and 30. Those are your temps, with Mthatha expecting a heavy rainfall today, 15. That's your minimum, and your maximum is 27 degrees today. East London, brace yourself. Plenty rain out there. 18 is where you will start off. You will peak at 27, with Craddock at 16 and 28. Gqeberha, 17 and 19. George, 14 and peaks at 20, with the mother city, Cape Town, coming in at a minimum of 12, and you will reach that maximum of 22. Cloudy out in Worcester today, 8. That's your low. You will reach highs of 28, with some sun and clouds out in Sutherland, 7. That's your minimum. Your maximum is 25 degrees. Uppington, 18 is your low, and your high, 37 degrees. Very hot day out in Uppington, but no matter what the weather is looking like in your part of the country, you're going to make it a feel-good type of day. Gents, what have you got for us?
We've got everything. We've got travel, we've got adventure, we've got things that'll wrap up the show beautifully, because there is, that's it. We have to have that. You know, traveling in your back gardens, it's a beautiful opportunity to go and see what is already there, and I feel like we need to be advocates for this at every single turn.
Because the whole world is coming here to see it, and we own it. So please, reignite your passion for travel and do it with your best friend, MasterCard. You can go and visit South Africa's finest wine tourist destinations, and we are spoiled here. You can enjoy curated, priceless experiences at my favorite wine route, Constantia, my other favorite wine route, Franschhoek, and my other favorite wine route, Stellenbosch. But it's tough, man.
I relate.
It's tough.
That is...
And they're all so close.
So if you want to be like us, all right, travel the place that you live, then please visit priceless.com. For more details, offers valid until 31 December 2022. Get out there and be a tourist in your own city.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Free to be you.
Live, work, play, sleep, allergy-free with Allergex non-drowsy.
And just sneeze into your elbow. Come on, man. If you haven't got that right now after the last 4 years, come on. Welcome back, you beauties. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's been so good being back here. It's going to be even better because hopefully we're going to make a big winner right now. Allergex non-drowsy. It's continuing in their effort to give away a daily 2,000 Rand Takealot voucher to those of you who answer the competition question and stand out when you do it. And this week we asked you guys to tell us about the best destinations in South Africa to enjoy the spring and what makes them so special. We are very excited to announce our winner.
I mean, we always are very excited to announce all our winners here. And today we're going to be announcing somebody. Just before that, though, a drum roll, please. Congratulations to Pirane Katle. Good morning. Pirane came in with this response. It's what he said. Table Mountain is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world and boasts exquisite views. You can either hike to the top or catch the aerial cableway, which is a thrill on its own. Hashtag AllergexND as well as hashtag Expresso Show. And we've got him on the line this morning. Pirane, good morning. How does it feel to be a winner?
It feels really great, and thanks for you. Actually, thanks to you, Expresso Show and Allergex, and also Takealot.
Oh, buddy, your entrance was so good. You sound like a tour guide. I love the fact that you highlighted one of, I think, the country's most attractive tourist destinations, I think, globally. Why do you love Table Mountain so much? What do you love the most about it?
Actually, that's my wish to go there. I've never been there.
Oh, so this is really a bucket list item.
Oh, buddy, I hope we can get you there. Because it is that spectacular, man.
So what do you plan on doing or getting from Takealot with that 2,000 Rand voucher?
Actually, I just want to get my mom some gas stoves as well. We have a problem with load shedding. And,
nice.
And actually, there's a light bulb. Those ones that use electricity.
I love that, going straight from Mama. I love
Gift
that,
from Mama.
man.
Yes, stove. It's going to come in handy, especially with load shedding. It's great.
I love your vibe, bro. I'm so happy that we were able to reward you with that 2,000 Rand Takealot voucher, courtesy of Allergex non-drowsy. You seem like a wonderful guy, and I really do wish that you get a chance to come and join us here in the Mother City and get on top of Table Mountain, bro, because I think you'll absolutely love it. Bechani, congratulations. Enjoy your voucher, my friend. Have an amazing day.
You too, guys, and thanks a lot, and God bless you even more. Bro.
Cheers, Mr. Katle. Sounds like such.
This is where I wish we had the power to just fly people around. Okay, come here. We fly you down.
You're coming.
I'll take you up onto Ryle. Will even take you for a walk on the mountain.
Hike, yeah.
Beautiful stuff, man. Well, there are officially no more excuses to not fully embrace spring. And you guys, of course, stand the chance of being the next lucky winner of that 2,000 Rand Takealot voucher.
All you have to do is check this out.
Spring is glory.
Oh, bless you, man. Bless you. Unless you suffer from allergies. But that has all changed with Allergex non-drowsy and the wonders of spring competition on Expresso this September.
So stand a chance to win a daily giveaway Monday to Friday of a 2,000 Rand Takealot voucher to spend on the best outdoor living gear.
I love that. So answer the weekly question on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages and include that all-important Allergex ND. The competition runs from the 1st till the 28th of September, and those terms and conditions do apply. Good luck and bless you, man. All right, so at first glance, the recipe that we are about to make you, it may boggle your mind. But when you understand that avocado is an actual fruit, it'll make all the sense that you need. Now, Chef Thando extraordinaire, model, designer, shows us why this avo and lemon loaf cake will become a classic worth repeating over and over again. Did I get your bio right?
Yes, I am a avocado model.
Oh, avocado model.
I don't know what I model. I created the model of the cake.
It makes sense.
Listen,
thank you so much.
Is coming through. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna put the avo. I'm gonna ask you to blend. So we've got avo, almond flour, and some caster sugar, all in the blender, and blend to a green paste.
I'm ready for you.
Are you ready?
And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna crack some eggs, 3 eggs.
All right. Beautiful.
And we're going to add them gradually. So I'm just going to whisk one.
I'm going to do all this Avo, right?
All the Avo.
All of it. Okay, great stuff. I love Avo.
You do?
So much. I love it. I love it because it's the applications, because it's maybe underrated in certain spheres, because I think that everybody just thinks Avo is like a garnish or something to add to a plate, but it can be in all sorts of recipes.
Yeah. I feel like Avo is what you make it.
That's agreed. It's got that sort of, you know, that application where just get excited with it. You know, try different things. That's
There we
cool.
go.
So what are you doing here?
Almond flour.
Oh, right, almond flour. I love this stuff too as well. Big fan of almonds, so this works for me.
Go.
Is that enough?
That's enough. I think blend just that, and then we'll
Okay.
add the rest as we go.
Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, and now from your side, you got the eggs in there as
Yes.
well.
So I'm waiting for you.
You're waiting for me? Oh,
I'm
sorry.
waiting for
I'm
you.
sorry. Let me just get this thing sorted out.
There we go. Come on. Are we... No, not really.
Want to add some moisture?
Let me add a bit of this lemon
That's a good idea. So once we get some moisture in, it's going to just start vibing. It's fine.
It's going to do what
There we go. So once we've done that, I just want to let you know. So we're going to do a bit of Clover Classic in here, which is always good. Now, Clover Classic dairy snack. It is delicious, first and foremost. Smooth, creamy, and the vanilla pairs it perfectly well with the lemon flavor of this recipe. And that's why we're going to add it later. We'll show you how. Here it comes. It's going to happen.
Is it coming?
You know what I usually do with this?
Shake it. You're a connoisseur. There we go.
That's what I usually do. So when you shake it, it's going to vibe.
It's baking up.
So while I'm a blender model, and you can be the Avo model. That's how it goes.
There we go. I'm just going to add some lemon zest in here.
Yes. Sorry, I couldn't hear you there for a second.
Lemon zest, lemon juice. I've got some water for you in here
Let's
if you
do
want
it.
to use that.
That's perfect.
Just, add the...
I love it when a plan comes together. The water, now it's properly jump in.
Now it has to. It actually has no choice.
Okay. Perfect. Let's do that. Go for it.
There we go.
It's happening.
Come on.
It's happening.
One more shake.
It's happening.
Is it happening? Okay.
Don't try this at home. Almost there. See, it's the Avo. You've got such high-quality Avos in here. That's what happens. So you can see with the almond flour and the Avo.
And the Avo,
So
I see.
we'll get some more moisture
I'm going to
in
steal
there.
some of your almond flour.
Please do, and you continue with that part of the recipe.
And then,
good.
add some sugar as well.
All right.
And then,
Beautiful.
with that, and then add more eggs. So you want to add your eggs gradually.
Okay.
So I'm going to crack 2 more eggs.
Love it.
There we go. It's a pretty simple recipe.
And so let's just fast forward for a second. So once we've done that and we've got this to a beautiful blend, smooth, are we going to incorporate that together? I know we also got a glaze that should be going on.
Yes. So I'm going to add our dairy snack
Great.
in here. And you're going to add 1 cup of dairy snack into our icing sugar. And that's going to form our glaze for the cake.
All right. And we're going to got some poppy seeds in the glaze
There we
as well,
go.
which is always good. This is beautiful. I could drink it out of the tub just like this, but we won't today.
Yeah.
We'll just add that in. I'm going to do a bit of extra in there.
There we go.
Once we've done that, we are sorted.
And then I'm going to add some flour. So once it's all combined and smooth,
Yes.
flour, poppy seeds,
Great.
baking powder, and bicarb.
And this is coming together quite beautifully. So let's just go for... So once you've got all of that together,
Yes.
we're incorporating, the glaze goes on top, and essentially we have a finished product. It's an Avo and lemon cake for the ages. And I think it's a mind-blowing showstopper for guests, saying there's a lot of Avo in this cake.
And
You can make
everyone
it.
loves Avo. Well,
course.
most people.
I love Avo, and I hope you do too as well. If you want to grab the recipe, please do. ExpressoShow.com is the place to be. Give it a shot, and as always, send us the video of you doing it, 063-408-8863. We're going to continue making this happen, but you go try this at home, except the blender thing.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to it. Yes, it is your Feel Good Breakfast show. It's Expresso. We're live here on S3. Now we continue the conversation on International Food Waste Day. And up next, we are getting really, really inspired by this lot.
Yeah, I mean, we are doing some amazing things in this country. And right now, Kutle is visiting Himkar Singh, who is a local in Johannesburg that's made composting their business. And they're doing it well, creating technologies to deal with the prevalence of food waste. But let's find out firsthand.
Entrepreneurs want to grow sustainable businesses, right? But Himkar Singh decided to make sustainability his business. He's the founder of the Compost Kitchen, which collects and recycles food waste into fertilizer, which he then returns to his customers so that they can plant their own food gardens.
Hi, welcome to the Compost Kitchen.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here because I think this is super cool in terms of what you are trying to achieve. Tell us more about it and what the objective of the Compost Kitchen is.
The Compost Kitchen was started in 2017 when there was quite a bad drought in South Africa. And I felt like we weren't quite solving that water insecurity problem. So I decided to leave the country to study a master's degree in water management based in Germany. And I lived in Germany for 5 months, and then Vietnam for 5 months, and then Jordan for 5 months. All part of the degree, trying to get different perspectives on water management. And the solution that I found was that we need to repair our soil in South Africa. 60% of soil in South Africa is lacking organic matter, which means it can't hold on to water, and the water just runs away. So we have a vision of repairing South Africa's water system. So we developed the Compost Kitchen's organic waste recycling model. The way it works is customers sign up online and they receive this bin in which they collect their food waste every day. Then we come by every week and we collect the food waste and we feed it to thousands of earthworms which eat it, and then they produce something called vermicompost, which is just their feces. And then we give the vermicompost back to customers at the end of the month so that they can use it in their gardens to enhance plant health.
Well, with that said, I am really excited for a lesson or two on composting. Himkar, please show me the way.
Yes, let's go.
You've been doing this for 2 years now, and the Compost Kitchen seeks to address the water issues that we are faced with here in South Africa. How has the journey been like for you?
It's been amazing, and it's particularly because we have amazing customers. They're so supportive of the concept. What we really appreciate is that they spread it around. They tell their friends, they share it on social media, they talk about it. So in our first year, we had just 20 sign-ups of our recycling service, but a year after that, we've got 125. And it's because the customers keep sharing it with each other. And that's actually gotten us global attention. So we've actually won an award from the United Nations.
Wow.
It's called NTRIPS, and it's basically the Oscar Awards for sustainability.
That is just so incredible. What is the vision for the Compost Kitchen in 2021?
Yes, well, actually, we're experiencing such a large demand for our vermicompost, but we don't have a massive facility to make it all. So we're developing a model where people can make vermicompost at home using their own waste, and then we will buy back the vermicompost from them, and that allows people to earn income from their waste and allows us to obtain our vermicompost without having a massive facility.
Wait, you are a superhero of sorts. Not only are you contributing to finding solutions for our country, but also you're contributing to the economy of our country. Now we found ourselves in your workspace about to make our own compost. What's the first step?
Yeah, let's see how it works. This is a cover. We always have to keep the earthworms covered. They don't like the sun very much. And this is filled with pre-compost, so it's the food waste that has been digested or composted using a thermophilic method, which means it's just large piles. And then we bring it and we feed it to earthworms. So inside here, we'll find this earthworm here is called Icenia fetida. And it is especially, it's a worm especially for composting.
What is special about this specific worm?
They love to live in organic waste. It's called the litter layer in nature. and they're really quick at eating and reproducing. So they're really good at making compost from kitchen waste. Have some. You can see how they...
Wait.
A firm hand, please. Firm hand. There we go.
Okay, it's moving.
So they're moving. Do you see this one here?
Yeah.
These bulbs there?
Yes.
That means it's pregnant.
Oh, wow.
It will lay an egg soon. Maybe tomorrow.
This is just incredible. And what's fantastic about this kind of work is that not only does it give back to the environment, but it reconnects us humans to nature.
Yeah, he is a superhero of sort, as Kuhle said. This is beautiful. I love that. Good work. Love your work.
Let's call him the soil hit maker. So congratulations on his recent accomplishment. Absolutely beautiful. He has to more recognition for him and other people working in that space. I love the fact that we have got so many South Africans looking to live in service, not just of each other, but I think the environment, and to be more environmentally conscious in a way that's making money. Absolutely brilliant. Beautiful.
So International Food Wastage Day, we want to bring awareness, and Tato and Tula are doing just that. Overripe fruit getting turned into sorbet. Do you think it's possible? Yes, it is. Kutle has the story.
Good morning to you, Carl. Thank you so much. Molweni nonke emzansi. We are coming to you live from Victoria Yards in Johannesburg namhlanje. It's International Food Waste Day, and we are still continuing to bring you awareness with this incredible initiative called Sorbet. Utula and Tato have decided to take matters into their own hands, and where they turn overripe fruit and vegetables and create these incredible, tasty sorbets. And with Caesar absolutely agrees with me. Hello, Caesar. Danny. I absolutely love this small family who have started this initiative back in 2017. Tato, I'm going to start with you, okay?
Sure.
Because Minente Apa is
just decided to wake up.
I love it. Tato, tell us about what motivated you guys to start this initiative.
It was hard times that motivated us. We were under pressure all the time, always working, and we needed something that we could have passion, something doing we could do ourselves. And so we used to walk around the city, looking around the city, what's happening, and we'd see a lot of dirt. And we wanted to find out who's the source of this dirt, and we would see that it's mostly food. Foods on the corners of the streets, and the source we found out it was street vendors. So we had to find a way how to tackle that, and we started buying these fruits from street vendors in bulk, and with the fruits we'd end up making sorbet with it. So it became very easy for us. Like, I will buy it in a bulk, and the street vendors love that. They love that we buy things in bulk from them.
I love that so much. And it is important to help combat food waste because we don't know, or people are not aware of how much food waste there is out there.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
Tula, why would you say it's important for people to be aware of these things, these issues revolving food wastage?
I feel like we live in a beautiful place, our earth, we need to take care of it, and that's the most important part. And we are the consumers, so we need to be aware of the problems that we're causing on earth, and it's polluting our earth, and we need to find different ways of finding these solutions and creating businesses out of them.
I love it. And then when it comes to the ingredients, choosing which ingredients become compatible to create these delicious, out-of-this-world flavors, where do you start?
So we work with what's in the season. We work with what's in the season. So when we walk around the markets, we already see what the vendors are selling. And we try to put those things together. Like, oh, they have a veggie that's mostly pumpkin and whatnot. How can we put pumpkin into a sorbet? There's ginger. How do you put ginger into a sorbet? So we're just working with the markets. And the area we're in, they're always planting different herbs.
Back in 2017, I mean, the Duchess of Sussex paid your pop-up shop a visit. Tell us about that experience. How was it?
It was a good experience. Sorry about this. Don't worry about it. Gonna take over, baby.
Yeah, it was a good experience. Yeah, it was a good. We didn't know that she was coming because it was a secret that someone is coming. Someone from the Royal was coming. We didn't know, so they told us to pop up down there, and we just placed our stall and waited. And she just showed up. And when she showed up, she said our name out loud as if she knew us. She said, oh, Sorbet. And she came and tasted our pumpkin and chai spice, and apparently she's not allowed to taste any food or anything, but we were so lucky she tasted and everything, and she loved it.
So
We have just a little bit of technical difficulty, but one thing is for sure, Sorbet is changing the idea of food wastage and making the most of those overripe fruit to give you a great quality product. Of course, Kutle will have more from them just a touch later on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, so stay right there.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, you beauties. The focus this morning is on food wastage, and we're going to reconnect with Kutle in just a moment and find out more about what South Africans are doing to combat this. I think it's a crisis. A third of our food ends up on landfills, just not on it. On the lighter side, one way you can deal with food wastage in our kitchen is make sure it's so delicious that no one leaves a crumb. Tando.
And I can do that.
You can do that. You've proven it many times. We've had a great day. We've been cooking quite frugally. Now we're going to get a little bit adventurous, and this one is really interesting. So I'm going to try and paint the picture here from what I'm smelling, okay? Soft, buttery, freshly baked pastry, sweet rolls with a berry sauce, and it gets a second nod of indulgence with Clover Bliss red velvet frosting. So that's double the indulgence at its best. And of course, there is only one person who can take us through this madness. It's Tando. How many cool things are we combining in one go here?
So it's got the bliss frosting. It's got a fresh blueberry compote, which I'm going to start making. So just going to throw some blueberries in there, lemon juice, and just allow this to cook down. I've got it on high heat.
I mean, this might be a scientific question, not a cooking question. Why do we put the lemon juice with the blueberries?
With the blueberries, it just helps with the tartness. So once it starts cooking, the blueberries also gain a bit of sweetness.
So
and then that lemon juice just balances out perfectly.
I love that. Okay, so we're going to make our little well.
Yes. And then we're going to add our eggs, if you can do that for me.
Then with pleasure. Both of them at the same time. Oops.
So this is an enriched dough.
Okay. And by that, what do you mean?
It's got fat content. So it's got the eggs. Usually you'll just have milk or warm water, sugar, yeast into a bread dough. But this is enriched, so it's got the eggs, it's got the butter. There we go. So
and trust me, the butter's going to make all the difference.
Yes.
For this pastry, you want that enrichment.
Correct.
I suppose. And the yeast has gone in as well.
Correct.
Okay.
There we go. And then we're just going to get that all mixed. It's looking good. And then this is going to proof till doubled in size.
Okay. What's the best way to prove your dough? Do you put it in a fridge? Do you leave it out? Do you put a little cloth over it? What do you reckon?
So like in the sun, so not in the sun, but like in some warm area.
Okay.
Warm area with a cloth over it. Or some people have really fancy ovens where you can set it to like about a bit of a room temperature to 30 and you can put it in there.
I suppose because you want the warmth to kind of activate the yeast. You want that yeast to get up and
you need
atom.
the warmth. But honestly, on a warm day, I just make my dough, put it on the counter, cover it, and it's done.
And then it's
summer now, so you don't really need to stress too much
and
about it.
And you kind of know that it's ready once it's doubled in size or there and thereabouts.
There we go.
Okay,
and then we're going to add in the butter.
Cool.
And soft butter at that, just so it can incorporate perfectly.
So room temperature.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. And then once it's proved, we'll have what you have on your side.
And now we've got our dough. So I'm presuming we're going to roll this guy out, eh?
Please do.
Get a bit of you there.
There we go.
There is something beautiful about a proven dough. It's almost like you've created a little living thing, a little friend. Beautiful. So what do we need our dough to look like? Can I roll this out?
Keep rolling, yes.
Okay.
So I'm just going to add a bit of water in here.
Beautiful. I love it. And I suppose now that we've got all these beautiful fresh berries, you want to kind of capitalize.
Yes.
Price-wise, yes, but the flavors are just amazing at the moment. And then, of course, we've got our Clover Double Bliss. The red velvet for me is just a remarkable flavor. It's just, I don't know how they were able to kind of recreate the red velvet flavor in a dairy snack, but it is so thick and it's velvety in its texture. The mouthfeel is just amazing. Do you need square?
Perfect.
Do you need...
Square, preferably, just so it's easier to cut.
Cool. I'm doing my best. And how thick do you want our...
You've got this down to a T. That's perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's perfect. So once it's done, you'll have your bliss, mix it together with your cream cheese and your icing, layer that. Your blueberry compote will be ready. Layer that on top, roll it out, and then you'll get what we have there.
It's absolutely spectacular. When you cook it, how long do you cook it for, and how do you know when it's ready?
So you put it in the oven, and then when it's golden brown, you also want to give it a bit of a tester. You don't want too much of a dense structure.
Yeah.
You want it to be nice, fluffy. Sometimes you can break it apart, and then you're good.
Cool. I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm completely focused on these delicious little roll squares. Yeah, I'm going to go and give it a try. Now, I don't have a knife and fork, so I'm going to literally just get stuck in.
You have to.
But I want to make sure that I get our Bliss double cream and a bit of berry. And, and you can look at that berry compote coming through.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Good?
And the pastry is so soft. That is immaculate.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that.
I'm going to give that a round of applause. Absolutely beautiful.
And this compote is great because if you have extra as well, you can keep it in the fridge, you can store it, spread it on bread, scones. Listen.
Absolutely beautiful. I can't tell you how good that is. If you're going to treat yourself with something extra special, do this. Make it yourself so you can infuse your love in there as well, just like Tando does every time she cooks. Absolutely gorgeous. If you want to find this recipe, take a gander at expressoshow.com. In fact, all of the culinary brilliance from today is there. Make sure, most importantly, you don't waste a crumb. I'm having another bite.
With the creamy decadence of double cream bliss from Clover, yogurt has never been so irresistible.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, on this World No Wastage Day of Food, we have been so inspired by some people doing incredible work across the country. Guhle is standing by with Tato and Tula from Sorbet, finding out what they've been up to.
Thank you so much, Uncle Tabsy. I'm pretty sure everyone in the studio is so jealous of me right now because we are coming to you live from Victoria Yachts in Johannesburg at Sorbet. It's International Food Waste Day, and we are bringing you all of the awareness with this incredible initiative. Earlier on, I spoke to Tula and Tato, and they told us about how Meghan Markle tasted their mango spice. Sorbet is the mango spice.
Is it pumpkin chai?
Oh, pumpkin chai.
Pumpkin chai.
I'm horrible with flavors, okay? But right now, they are about to take us through the range of flavors that they have, and I cannot wait to try it out. It's meant to be a blind tasting, right, Tato?
So you probably close your eyes and guess the flavor, yeah. Even if you see it, but just, I don't know, guess the flavor. It doesn't have any name and you guess.
I'm going to start from this side. Oh, this
Going
looks
that way.
very delicious. I love the color.
We can start there.
Okay.
What do you think is in it? The color already sells itself. The color already.
Which one is it?
It's strawberry and it has a hint of ginger.
Strawberry and ginger,
Yeah, so
obviously. I knew that. I wanted to test him if he knows his flavors. Okay.
Okay, so
this is delicious.
That's 0. That's no point.
Oh, come on.
Okay, the next one.
Okay.
It's like a winter fruit, that one.
This one?
Yeah, that's a hint. It's almost out of season. There's a very nice creamy texture. What do you think?
Peach.
No. It's guava.
Are you serious?
It's guava.
Oh, I actually wanted to say guava. I am so
Okay,
bad.
And the third one.
So when the fruits are out of season, do you switch up your menu?
Yeah, we always change seasonally. Whatever is in season. Sometimes you see different fruits you haven't found, like your dragon fruit. They always come once a while, so we have that flavor coming in. Yeah. So this one is very nice and fresh. We have an herb that we put in here. It comes from the garden. It's a purple herb.
I don't know this one.
So it's blueberry and lavender.
Oh, wow. Just that combination alone sounds
Just
so
blueberry and lavender.
silky and velvety, like on your tongue.
Yeah.
I'm having the time of my life. I could do this the whole morning, okay?
And this one is one of my favorites.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very nice.
I need to guess at least one right.
Even if it's one fruit that's in it, then that'd be a good guess. So what do you think?
Can I tell you something, Neb? Oh, wait.
What do you think?
Yo, what is it? Hi, guys. Please don't judge me, okay?
It's green inside and it's brown outside.
Kiwi.
Yeah. It's
Oh, wow.
Kiwi and pineapple. Kiwi and pineapple.
It's beautiful.
So it has a very nice creamy texture in that. And this one.
Okay, so we've 4 down, 2 more to go.
2 more
Let's
to
see
go.
if
Yeah.
we can
And so far you've guessed one.
Okay, let's go.
Can you tell this one?
Pawpaw.
Yeah, pawpaw and pineapple. Pawpaw and pineapple. So, and a lot of people don't like pawpaw, so we've added it with some pineapple just to sweeten it. So it gives it a very nice sweet taste. And this one is a people's favorite. A lot of people love this one. It always runs out pretty quick.
Okay, let's
If
see.
you can guess what's in that one.
Lemon.
It's very tangy. It's lemon and something else. Can you guess with the dots?
Lemon and ginger.
With the dots?
I can't.
Lemon and granadilla.
Oh. Lemon and granadilla.
Lemon and granadilla, yeah. I don't know if you found your favorite out of the 6.
All of them.
Yeah, you like all of them?
I want the whole thing. Give me the whole store. Tato, what has been people's favorite out of all of these?
Mostly these two, the lemon granadilla and the strawberry ginger.
The lemon granadilla is very refreshing.
They
I
really like that one.
understand
Yes,
that.
yes. But we always have different people with different palates. Some want something creamy for the day. Some want something more refreshing for the day. So we always
I have to
different.
ask, Caesar, which one is your favorite? Which one is
Uthanda
your
yiphi
favorite?
Uthanda yiphi? Ufuna yiphi?
All of them, there. He agrees with
He likes
and,
it.
and his
He
sweater.
even eats the strawberry and ginger, like a matured palate. He still likes it.
Aww. It's delicious, ne? Imnandi. Little, he wants more. And the mom is giving them the side eye like it's too early for sorbets. Tato, it has been such an incredible
Thank you.
morning spending it with you and Tula and Caesar Nominentle there in the background. This is absolutely stunning. Please tell us more about how people can get a hold of you guys and how they can follow you.
Yeah, they can find us at Victoria Yachts. It's in Lawrenceville Bedrooms. That's where our shop is. And we have an Instagram. It's Sorbet Frozen, spelled S-O-B-A-E, Frozen. We're also on Facebook by Sorbet Joburg. And yeah, come visit us. We have a first Sunday market coming in this Sunday. We open.
And I mean, it's spring, it's summer. Who does not want to have a sorbet? I've had a fantastic time tasting all of these sorbets. I'm probably going to finish it. This is my breakfast. Wait, this is my breakfast.
I see your favorite.
Thank you guys so much for joining us out here at Sorbet in Johannesburg, Victoria Yards. Back to you guys in studio.
Tropica is back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. All the stars will be competing to win big, and so can you. Simply buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, and enter for a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes.
The more you buy, the more chances you stand to win.
Catch the All-Star Season of Tropica Island of Treasure on Saturdays at 6:30 on SABC3.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso here in S3, and this morning we are joined by a super talented individual, a singer-songwriter and producer. Hirsch is here, and while studying a Bachelor of Commerce at UWC, the talented musician learned how to record himself and began releasing covers of songs. He now joins us in studio, and in a moment he'll be giving us a lovely performance to wrap us up on this very, very beautiful day. But of course, I want to give you a little taster as to what Hirsch can do. Here is If I Could.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be the person that I'm really set out to be. I ain't trying to be nobody, I'm just doing me. I'm trying to see where this takes me if you touch me to my dream. I just keep on going, ain't got no pressure on me. I really live for the moment, I ain't really ever quit. I am quite impatient, but I'm controlling it. Yeah, know what I'm doing, I'm proving it all to myself. You tell me I should ease up and take my time. I don't mind.
Beautiful performance over there, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome, it's Hirsch. That's right.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's fantastic. Thanks for being here. You have to wrap up a show that's featured international, food wastage. We're trying to build awareness. Before we get there, we don't want to waste your talent here. You are from a family of talented singers.
Yeah.
Were you the only individual to step up and say, look here, I need to jump in here and do something in the industry?
Look, I don't know how it affected them back then, but back then it was more about competitions and things like that.
Okay.
But for me, I just knew that I had to take it a step further and go into the recording industry.
Perfect.
So that's what I did from high school, man. From high school, I started in grade 9, doing covers, singing with a boy band back in the day. And then after high school, I just had to teach myself how to do everything, and and this is where I am right now.
And now Grassy Park.
Hey, GP.
Coming, GP, on the way up to like signing with one of SA's biggest labels. How did that go?
It was like a dream, I promise. It was something out of the movies. I literally just got the email one day, and I thought it was a scam. I just saw, hey, we want to hear some new stuff from you because we listened to you on SoundCloud. And they sent me an email again to send some more stuff. And at this point, I was like, hey, this is a scam. You're asking me for music. You're going to release my music without me knowing.
Yeah.
But and then it eventually got serious, and I was in like a pool of a couple of artists, and they chose me to sign with them.
Perfect. And now, any new music on the way for you?
I'm actually busy with a major project this year. Like, I haven't dropped any music yet, but it's definitely on the way this year still. I mean, it's summer now, coming soon. It's a festive season. I mean, there's going to be performances, so I need to drop something for the people, you know?
When you say festive season, do you mean you're going to do a Christmas song?
Ooh, I don't think so. I think I'm a lover boy, so I like to speak about love, so I mean... Christmas love? Christmas love?
Christmas love still works, you know? I think that'd be fantastic. But you know what? I want to hear you sing, and there's a song called Enough that I'm excited to hear. So you may go, my friend.
Oh, thank you
go
very
for it.
much.
Grab the microphone. Hirsch is about to perform on your Feel Good Breakfast show to wrap us up on what has been a very amazing show of awareness, but now of talent to wrap it up. So here is Hirsch with a song called Enough.
Why do I need to keep on? How do I know which way? All of the steps I take. How do I feel every day? Every move I make is I let go, the risk that I take. I've had enough of it. I guess that we got no more time. I've had enough of it. I feel that I got no regret. I know what I could be, but we got no more time. Time ain't on our side, ain't on our side no more. We move some more, we just had enough of it. Don't care no more. We got everything. What more you want? 'Cause we got everything with us, girl. You better know we're on our way now. Wasted so many, it's time to go way bigger. I'm moving way different, figure me out. We got no time, baby, we gotta run for it. We got each other, so we'll be alright. I'm on the move like this, never thought twice when it comes to this. I'm on the road with the trees I smoke. I be on smoke with the moonlights out, with the moonlight woke. In the nighttime mode, when I come alive, things be right. I'm in the mood tonight. Let's go. I've had enough of it. I guess that we got no more time. I've had enough of it. I feel that I got no regret. I know what I could be, but we got no more time. Time ain't on our side, ain't on our side no more. We move some more. We just had enough of it. Don't care no more. We got everything. What more you want? 'Cause we got everything with us, girl. You better know we're on our way now. Never thought I'd be thinking about all the things that I never dreamed about. I've been living off all the things that I really need. Ain't no time left to talk around. Got me moving up, got me dreaming now. Got me thinking about what I need tonight. Ooh, when I know you at the top of the list, you know how I've been feeling. You know that we could go on all night. Don't ever go, I need you right here. Can't go on like this.
This spring, here's to Mother Nature and all the other mums who bring wonders into our world. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.